gotta get it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Conestoga College. Condors are going to be rocking it tonight, and you've joined the right stream to watch if you want to have some fun. I'm Lee, hanging out with Mute Chaos. Are you ready to have some fun?
Absolutely. All the time it's Call of Duty.
Just because Call of Duty, though. No other time do you like having fun. She walked in here with just a frown on her face, but then saw Call of Duty on the other screen. It was a smile.
Except for when it goes wrong.
Oh, well, that's true. And it very well could go wrong. We have a few games tonight for you. We'll be having our varsity squad later on. First up, our academy squad is going to be hitting the field here today, which, just before we talk about them, they definitely had a bit of a harder season that they were talking. So it's been interesting watching their dynamics.
Yeah, it's been nice to see them slowly become comfortable again, because obviously they went up in their division. They started facing teams that were a lot more difficult than previously, and they're just playing a lot better now.
We'll get into the specifics in a second, but first let's take a look at the roster, because the squad had to they actually have a change right now. So Wing, the second one in there, is out right now, and Shatter is actually playing in his place the last few matches they've had. So Shatter, an old member of the roster, having to get back kind of into the swing of things with them.
Yeah, just a little bit. I know from what I've heard, he took a little bit of a break because, it's Call of Duty. It's good to get a break from it.
Yep.
And then he's been getting back into it, relearning a lot of stuff, and has just been pretty solid, even with, just picking it back up within maybe the last 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he's got the fundamentals, too. I mean, you see it. Those two, Taylor and Shatter, with the gold jerseys, too. They got that for a reason, because they were winning. So there's a reason they want him on this roster, and they're hoping it can kind of kick them into gear tonight and I guess throughout the rest of the semester. But there's a lot they've been having to learn, I think. They had a pretty easy run last time. They were in a division that was a little them. And another one joining at the beginning of the semester is here is Birdie, who we always kick over to that seat. He never gets to play with the other guys.
No, it's just because of his setup.
Yeah.
He gets the varsity desk, the king spot.
Ooh, special. Show us on the scoreboard. Make sure it's on the scoreboard, Birdie, that you get the king seat over there. But yeah, no, it's just he's got to have that set up there. So as I said, they want to play good today, because specifically they want more points on the board, because we're not doing as well in this group as we've, I believe, moved up to a division.
Yeah, we did, because obviously we won.
Yep.
Pretty much all of it, which was great. And then obviously you kind of get a bit of an ego check, I'd say, going up in the division.
Yeah.
You start facing harder opponents, and you kind of have to start rethinking your strategies.
And when it comes to hard opponents, we have one that you'd expect to be at a higher account than 1 and 3, but that's where they are, which is what we're at too. It's Akron, who Taylor said they also play again in their other league next week. So this is really a good test for them to see where they stand when it comes to the matchup of the Akron squad.
Yeah, it'd also be good just to, learn some information. How do they play?
Yeah.
Especially going into, another game in only a couple days. It'll be really useful.
Well, it's also good. It's good for you to figure out how you're playing at this point when you've brought Shatter in, midway through the season, how fast you can get him adapted in here. Now, obviously, they played together, and it's easy to do if it was the same game. Coming into this semester, they're full on to BO6, which has, as we all know, obviously a little bit of different movement than the last game. While he's been playing it, the dynamics of how you operate as a team is going to be different.
Yeah, the movement's different. Some of the maps are different. Obviously, there's new maps in the map pool. Too. The spawns are different. how people just overall play is quite different as well, because some of the older games, you know, you have your set, your 2 SMG players, your 2 ARs. That's completely out the window with BO6. It's all, every map is different, every team is different.
Yeah, and it's also, again, reality of positioning with the movement too. I mean, you've got the ability to just dive around a corner and hide once you've landed. You're not just running around the corner and you're there and having a drop shot or anything. You're just already sideways, which helps.
And Vault and Protocol both are really good examples of using the Omni movement to your advantage. It's nice to see 2 Vaults. From what I've seen from these boys, usually they're stronger maps if played correctly. It's one of the maps that Shaco tends to thrive on, so seeing Vault Hardpoint and Vault Control is nice. Protocol S&D, we've seen some struggles with it for both teams. You're either good at the map S&D or you're bad at it. And then obviously if we get to map 4 and 5, we will see double red card. It tends to be the typical map 4 or 5.
That map, as you said, tends to be put last there. It feels like a lot of squads just don't want to end up on it. It feels like it's hard to play. You've got like 2 distinct areas that you're playing in, whether you're out in stadium or by stage, right? And it does feel like that rotate gets a little harder, especially around the backside, especially if you're playing on something like S&D, but which they would then later for that. But yeah, getting the Vault and Protocol out first, everyone's kind of favorite maps here. It doesn't surprise me that we see that take up the first 3.
Yeah, it's really nice. Red card is also just, you feel like you just never see anyone. Yeah. You're just constantly like, did I load into the wrong lobby? Like, did I make an oopsie and just disconnected or something?
I'm in the wrong spot here. Got on the wrong bus. This is the wrong stadium. Whole city over here. Yeah, it's an interesting map, and we just hope we don't get there. Maybe we can just 3-0 here. But if we do start losing the first map, then we hope to see red card, because that means we'd have to try to make that climb back. Maybe reverse sweep if Akron does prove to be a little more difficult. But that's the things we don't know. Is Akron, who's at 1 and 3 as well, going to be a difficult problem for us to overcome and solve?
Yeah, and we've heard big things about Akron. Both teams have said, you know, this is a pretty good team, so going into this, they're expecting a pretty decent challenge.
Yeah, that's fair. Now the teams get already up here. In case you guys are newer to Call of Duty and you didn't really understand what was going on when we popped up the maps there, we'll give you a bit of an overview here and explain a little bit more on the other side of the video.
Welcome to competitive Call of Duty, a high-octane competitive shooter. In Call of Duty Esports, 2 teams of 4 players each compete across various game modes like Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Control. Each mode requires unique strategies, whether it's capturing objectives, planting and defusing bombs, or controlling specific areas of the map. Callouts are key, as movement is much quicker than strategy-based shooters like Valorant or Counter-Strike, so your enemies may change positions fast. Players join the lobby with set loadouts, including choice of kill streak. Get enough kills in a row, and you might be able to turn the tide with some extra firepower.
If only it was that easy to get a 4-piece like that with a kill streak.
I wish. I really wish.
Yeah, not quite. So yeah, they mentioned the game modes there. Whoever that wonderful person was on the voiceover. Can you tell me about the first game mode that we're going to see here? Then obviously hard point. What are we looking at?
So hard point is obviously a point based. Thank you. Game mode where the main point, the main objective, will move around. Yeah. So some maps have 4 points, some maps have 5, and they will be in different locations. However, once the full 4 rotation finishes, it restarts from point 1. You will usually heroes call it P1 or P2, P3, P4, P5, and those are also hills. Right. So they're usually 60 seconds. Each second is 1 point for a total of 60 points on each point. First to 250 wins, and that's pretty much hard point.
Get on the point and make sure your opponents aren't on there. If they are on there, they're contested, and you won't be getting any points for that location lockdown. And yeah, and get ready. That's a big thing we look out for is the teams that get ready for the next point.
Yes.
Because sure, it's great to hold a point all the way up until that last second to see if you can get as many on the scoreboard as possible. But the problem with doing that is your opponents might have already rotated around to the other point, and as it unlocks, after the first one's gone, now they have full control of that. So you see teams starting to have one player flanking around, rotating, and trying to get a spawn that's favorable for them.
And sometimes you might even see them do that while the old point is still, collecting points.
Yes.
The trash points, as sometimes we call it, after about 15 seconds,
about down to
come
the 15
trash.
second, yeah.
You're wanting to rotate. You're wanting to look at the spawns because, especially on Vault, there is P4 that is major. It's a money hill, is what we call it, because it's so hard to get on.
Yeah.
It's just a cash grab at that point. You want those spawns. You want to get in there. Same with P1 even. P1 is a difficult spot because there's so many angles that you can get shot from. You can get shot by mid, both sides coming in, the catwalk, in the vault hole. It's just mayhem.
You've got left, right, forward, back, up, and down that you're looking out for when you're on that point.
A full 360, 180.
Yeah. You're not it's not easy to hold that. So we often see a lot of contention on that P1 right off the bat, and whoever can get the lead there might be able to hold the lead for the rest of that vault map.
Yeah, usually whoever gets P1 and P4, whoever holds those the most, they're just gonna win.
Right, yeah. Now, I said it before, you see Birdie on screen. He's a guy I'm hoping on something like this to go a little crazy. I mean, we saw some issues last time. I forgot. I think he said there was something actually wrong. I don't know if it was stick drift or something. No, sorry, that was Cyber that had stick drift. There was something going on, but like there was a couple shots where like he should have been making them that just weren't happening. So Birdie's on today. I mean, that's a guy that just likes to go in style sometimes. He's got good mechanics to him. And good speed. So hopefully we're going to see him kind of be a bit of a menace to Akron and getting a couple early kills that support the rest of these three here in being able to lock down those points. I mean, Taylor, often you see him, the IGL team captain there. At the end, he's often the guy that's making these like longer rotates around the outside, trying to make sure that they have control of the opponent's spawns. So if there's ever a macro movement that needs to be made in the series, you often see Taylor being the one to execute on that if he sees that space needing to be filled. Yeah,
usually Taylor, like you said, does go for those wraparounds. He tends to hold long. He is our main AR. You'll see him make really long shots. And then Shaco is someone that you'll also see sometimes do spawn traps. He will hold points to make sure that the opponents have, especially on control where spawns don't flip, don't change, you'll see him force them kind of into a spawn section that they want them.
Right, exactly. And then when you do that, it's so easy to get ahead of yourself, but it's a much easier than to be able to control the pace of the series.
Oh yeah, spawn traps are a very frustrating thing, but man, do they work very well.
Yep. But it's so easy to flip in BO6,
yeah.
right?
It's so stupid.
Yeah, and the way the spawning works, if you just get too close to where they're spawning, it flips. That way you can't sit there and just shoot them as they spawn.
The worst is the split spawns.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just spawning together, and next thing you know, you're getting shot in the back. And you're like, I thought, okay.
Yeah. No, we're fine here.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite, but yeah, we'll head into our first one. It's a best of 5 against Akron. Both teams looking to set themselves in the groups a little bit further ahead. I think both just with a singular win in their group so far. We always hear big things about Akron. This is a good test for the Condors going forward to see what they can end up doing. Shatter is someone else you want to keep an eye out for, too. I mean, sometimes he does some really dumb plays that end up working out.
Sometimes those are the best plays because the other team is least expecting it. It's just confusing.
Yep. That first point is being held by Akron now. We just showed how hard it is to defend, but right now Akron was doing a decent job of just holding the one side of it instead of pushing too far in that they could be pulled from behind.
Yeah, and they're really good at holding both sides, watching all angles, really. Especially, Shaco coming out of the hole, little mole here. Yeah. He did try to go for Cat, and obviously there's some stair head glitches going on, very difficult spots. You already see them. P2 is what they're looking at now, this is where they really have to hold this point to make sure they don't fall too far.
Yeah, they're getting some decent kills here, but nothing that's given them a chance to move in. And you see it, as we mentioned before, Taylor making those wide wraparounds, trying to get those kills on spawn. That'll let, exactly like that, that it lets him get in there to try and flip that spawn outwards to the other side, as you just saw Override manage to do.
And the good thing is Birdie was running up there with Taylor, so he can get those exchanges when Taylor died. Unfortunately, though, Akron's still holding strong on this back area, and they are willingly giving up, you know, the points, so they're not collecting points. No one's collecting points. It's nothing, you know, you can let that happen. You don't have to force it.
Problem, though, is look at this. They're already, as you said, making their way around at that 15-second mark, and the Condors are falling a little bit behind here. I mean, 50 points behind already in early game, and you already don't have that rotate to next point. It does feel like Akron's just a couple steps ahead of the Condors at this point.
Yeah, they're reading the Condors very, very well for, you know, the first time this semester facing off against each other, from what I know. Shake over here trying to get... Thing is, Vanny trying to get him killed, couldn't do it, but they're really holding this point.
Oh yeah, I mean, you see it too. They've got that balcony up by Art locked in that gives them that oversight on this point outside where the B plant will be. If we ever play S&D on this, and it's just giving them great oversight of street right now to just make Condors cannot get in there with 20 seconds left. I almost say as a Condors, you give up on that and you just start making your way to the next spot, which it looks like they're going to do.
And especially with them having the non-desired spawns, you really have to start making your way over there. You see Vanny just holding, waiting for the Condors to just slide into him. Shaco finally shutting him down, but he's got to wait for his team. Got to get the reset in. And P4 is open.
Yeah, and Override was doing a good job of locking that down, that Shaco didn't feel safe moving out there. He could have been, you know, hit from either side of him. Two buildings were pincering him in there, but the Condors do make their way onto the point. This could be a good chance for them to climb their way back, as Akron has managed to get over 100 points already with only a few, not even a full rotate yet.
Yeah, it's kind of scary a little bit, I won't lie. Unfortunately, Shatter getting taken out in the corner. Shaco's the last man here to try to hold it down, runs out of bullets and gets killed. So not great. Taylor trying to hold the spawns here for his team, but they are spawning. You can see P1, a little bit of undesired spawns there.
Yeah, we're hurting a little bit right now. Chaos, gotta tell you that. I mean, I figure everyone could have figured that out by themselves, but
yeah,
gotta say it out loud.
So it's unfortunate. Academy is not the best with respawns, especially hardpoint. So this is kind of unfortunate, but not hugely shocking. It's just one of those things you got to work on.
Well, I mean, it definitely got to work on it, and they do have the opportunity. I mean, they still have the rest of the series. You know, this is one map at this point. I mean, you could turn this around. Obviously, a few things are going to have to go change for that to happen, but it definitely gives them an opportunity to really understand what's going to happen when they play them again next week.
Yeah, and I have heard they have completely turned around hardpoints to win them, so we can possibly see that happen here. It'd be really cool to see that, as long as they can hold these points down.
They just got to lock in on these kills. I mean, they're getting hit from angles that they're just not expecting, it seems like. They really, again, watch the hole. You know someone's probably down there. Yeah, I mean, they got the point, which is good. They'll get a couple on the board, but they might have trouble with the next one. They've got spawns for it now, but we've seen how surgical Akron can get on the bottom side of the map there, getting themselves into this second point.
They do, and these gunfights are really major. They have to start winning them. They have to start spawning their opponents earlier than what they are, because right now they're spawning them when they're already halfway down health. And, I mean, they're still holding P2. That's the main thing. They're still holding it. Unfortunately, not
for
anymore.
Now, yeah. Taylor was hoping to get... I mean, I don't know if he just didn't expect 3 players there, but you're not going to win a 1v3 in Call of Duty. It's hard enough to do a 1v1. You die so fast, but 1v3 with all 3 already shooting at you, that's a problem. But Birdie, Mr. Baudo there, does get a couple kills that buys his team a little space to get a couple more on the board. 20 seconds left. You definitely wanted to still be controlling that.
You do, and we can see they're still battling out for P2. We see one. You can see number 3 there holding, rotating already. Number 6 also top art is Birdie. making sure he can try to hold off Akron from getting onto P3, but
Ah,
it's already,
good.
he's cleared P3.
No, that's good. I mean, he's going to have a little more resistance here. Hopefully the gunfight goes in our favor in the middle, and it does. Chatter is going to get that kill, and Condors have a good lock on this next point now. They just want to be a little bit wary that they're not putting themselves out in the open and getting killed before trying to jump onto that point.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can see one of Akron's members are up in what we call top useless because it's a useless building, except for when P3 comes around, or B in control, because as you see, override, just like when you're in top art, you have the full lane.
Yeah. Trying to counter each other right now, and it's doing well. The Condors just really can't get onto the point without feeling like they're going to get hit in the spawn. Ends up on the other side there, and they just get completely caught out. I don't know if they're expecting that.
Ooh, Shaco setting himself up here at P4, trying to cut Akron off if needed. Because obviously this is, you got to get on this. They couldn't win it before. They got it for maybe like 10 seconds. But it's up to Shaco to hold not only spawns for his team, but to also catch Akron off guard.
It's his goal. I mean, at this point, you got to take whatever you can. Shatter, Goomba stomping.
That almost went the
over
wrong
there.
way. He almost got turned on. That was not great.
It was great. They still have Shatter at the backside now. We lost Shaco that was originally out here. Yeah, now you get barreled down on. What can you do, Shatter? Can you give us another one? On point. Oh, he does a little bit of damage. It will open up the space for Shaco to get the kill, but I don't know if they're really in control of this confidently yet.
They're good at getting people onto point when the first one dies, and keeping it clear is really going to come down to now them they have to take the next like 4 to really start coming back. But they're pretty much at 100 points now.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they're still 100 points behind
Akron.
Akron.
Unfortunately. But Akron has already taken P1, so it's not great. It's not desirable. Maybe we can get back on it.
You're hoping. I mean, a good laser up here. I talked about Birdie being up on Cat before, having some issues, and unfortunately that chase down, he just forgets someone could be on the other side. He gets eliminated, but Shaco making his way in there. Can't use any util with that trophy in the way. He's trying to look for someone, but yeah, they're laying down. They're playing this point so well.
They are in Shatter coming in for that support, getting taken out unfortunately, but Birdie, the rest of the team is here to help out and clear the point just like that, taking the last 25 seconds hopefully for themselves as long as Akron doesn't clear them out. They're making good plays.
Yeah, no, they got it for now, but they got to watch again the rotate to the next one, which is already happening here for Akron with only 41 points left for them to gain. I mean, they really could just lock it in on this point.
They could, and I wouldn't be really shocked if Akron holds it down. I mean, they probably want this win just as much as the Condors do. There's a lot of exchanges, Chatter, getting kills, Shaco getting kills. They're just not getting on point.
Yeah, the problem is that, again, diving on point puts you in a vulnerable position. So a lot of teams, that's why you see them not immediately get on there right off the bat. They want to make sure that they got the area secure before they do that. Good moves there from the opponents. I mean, that was Override just kind of doing a little dance there that Taylor just couldn't keep the footwork to.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. A lot of this Omni movement is huge. Once you figure out how to use it strategically, you can get 180 turned on like no tomorrow.
Yeah. And no even trade there for Taylor, unfortunately. It gets double teamed, and it's up to Shatter just trying to prevent these last points here for Akron for them to lock in map number 1. Condors are rotating around, but it might be too late. You see again, Override being a sneaky little feller trying to get that winning point for them.
Yeah, Akron at this point is just mowing the Condors down. They're holding these points that are really needed. They're getting called out. It's just, they can't even get close to the point. They can get almost there, and then they get killed.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get on at this point. That's going to be 250 for Akron. Little bit of a fight at the end. You saw some of the adjustments. They tried to start finding those moments where they could just inject themselves into a rotation from Akron that would maybe allow them to catch them off guard. They tried getting ahead when it came to the next hard points being unlocked, but it was still just a step behind. So they'll have to look to S&D to find a win against Akron.
I hope so. We've seen Academy do very well in S&D. We've also seen, obviously, some losses. It happens. You either win some or you lose some. There's no in between. Everyone wins, unfortunately, in COD. It'd be interesting if that was a thing.
Everyone loses when you're playing COD. No, I'm kidding.
Honestly, yeah.
Even the people that like it. No, it depends. This game will fight you. We've seen it live with our varsity squad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They got. That sucked. If you guys missed it, we had a round that we potentially could have won against a really hard team, and our player got kicked out of the lobby and couldn't get back in.
In the last round, and even with 3 players missing one of their main men, they almost took 1 point.
Burton said he didn't realize that he was gone.
Yeah, Burton was just like, you guys were just doing okay.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you were missing Jay.
He did not realize right away that Jay was gone. It's like, why isn't Jay calling out right now? I guess he's locked in.
I guess he's doing fine over wherever he is.
Yeah, no, that was funny. We'll see them play later. That squad is just on the desk that's like up there, just off screen there. Where
right
Birdie's
sitting.
Yeah, where Birdie's sitting. They'll be playing later, but we have to. Yeah, there you go. They'll pan up. They're getting ready for their matchup later. They're in a Superconference, very hard division as well. So we know that matchup, as you said, would also be a little bit difficult for them later. So both matches today, not easy ones.
Really, all the matches we've been watching there's no easy winner, except for maybe like 2 or 3 teams that are obviously the top 1, 2, 3 teams in the divisions, but all the other teams are very evenly matched to an extent.
Yeah. No, and it was I had some respect from Taylor coming up for this group too. He said every team that's in this group belongs in this group. He said that this is very well, I guess, seated and matched group. This is no one's better or worse than they should be in this group. So it's that's good to hear because you want them to end up being close. But we find out in just a little bit if Akron is going to be able to be shut down by Condors on our second map as we head to protocol with S&D. But we're going to stretch our legs just for a moment before getting to that. We'll see you in just a few.
If a career in esports sounds wild to you, it's not. This is where your profession plus your passion could come together. Would still need what traditional business would need. The more distinct difference is in traditional sports, no one owns the ball. But in esports, someone does own the game. And this is part of what we're going to discuss in this program. You'd be able to learn how to run an esports event on the operations side to the management side of it. Marketing and promotions, how to deal with sponsorships, how to deal with partnerships, and also a big part of our industry is social media as well. What you're working on now is probably also needed. This industry needs all kinds of professionals. If you're looking for change, this program could be a converging point. Good luck and have fun.
Welcome back. I hope you guys got the little stretchy do that you needed, and you're back and ready for Call of Duty. Maybe you ran around and did some dives like they did. That's dangerous.
Do some slides into like a 180.
Yeah. Make sure that if you are doing this, you're wearing proper protection at home, and maybe you have a couch or a couple cushions around. Don't be doing that with a glass dining table in the middle, though.
No.
That's bad call.
Or
Anyway.
a VR headset.
With a VR headset on? Yeah, because then you can't see if you're going to hit walls. I have punched so many walls with a VR headset on. By accident. I'm not angry. I just didn't know the wall was there. And then I put my hand into a ceiling fan before, forgetting that the ceiling fan was there in VR. That one hurt.
That
it was on.
sounds like it would hurt.
Yep. That is how you break fingers. I didn't, thankfully, but yeah, that one hurt. Thought I might have. Anyways. No one here with broken fingers.
I would hope not.
If it is, play it very impressive. Yeah, we unfortunately dropped map number 1 to our opponents in Hardpoint. Akron, very solid team, but you know there are holes. There are definitely holes in their play, but there's a long way before the Condors start exploiting those. It really is going to come down to them being a step ahead, and gunfights were a big problem. It felt like we were a precision slightly off, and that makes a big difference in a game like Call of Duty. You don't have as much forgiveness when it comes to missing your shots.
Yeah, it seemed like closer to the end of Vault Hardpoint, the last map, we were slowly figuring out how the players literally shot their guns,
yeah.
so we were kind of starting to win them. Hopefully that continues on into S&D.
Right.
But we'll see if there's any interesting plays that come about.
Bit of a different game mode here. If you guys don't know, it's now no more lives, no respawning here. Each team has 4 lives, as you can see there. And someone's attacking, someone's defending. We'll swap sides. Right now, the Condors are defending against Akron, who are trying to plant a bomb on either the A site or the B site. If they get it down, we got to defuse it.
Yep, and if we kill all 4 of them, we don't have to. And
Yeah.
if they kill all 4 of us, well, they win.
don't have to.
Yeah. Super simple.
Exactly. You're trying to get to 6-round wins.
Yeah, a longer game mode, sometimes.
Yeah, not the worst situation right now. We're in a 2v3. We've lost Birdie and Shatter. It's up to Shaco and Taylor now. Now it's just down to Taylor. Now the odds are not good. A 1v3 becomes very difficult, especially when you have to get back in there and defuse. The bomb has been planted by Akron. 1 kill potentially here, but Taylor just can't find it. He'll back out knowing that a flank might be coming his way. Smart play to get outside, and he's going to be able to shut down 1. The problem is shutting down 2 more and getting to defuse. And yeah, you see right there, Akron locks it in.
More than likely he was going to lose that regardless. There's 20 seconds left in 2 players. You can't really...
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, really. It's hard. I mean, getting the 1 kill was good. I thought his plays were decent too. I mean, you knew the possibility. He was thinking ahead. He was thinking of the movements that Akron might have now that they knew where his positioning was. He tried to get himself in a more advantageous spot. Fortunately, you're still in a 1v3, which is not advantageous.
Yeah, and they can probably make an assumption that Akron might once again try to go for A. Shatter did have some good insight there before they switched up. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll also...
Oh, Condors trying to go for A, and they were called out immediately by Akron.
Well, that is very unfortunate. That was a full 3v3 situation.
Yeah, that one.
Ooh.
A little bit quick. Sometimes you get those fast rounds. You gotta just not chalk it up to a oops and then get out of there. So I wouldn't stress about it too much.
No. Welcome to Protocol A plant site, where it either goes really good for your team or really good for the other
Yeah,
team.
it's all about just calling it. I mean, if you get down there for as the defenders first, you can hold them out and just do what we just saw. But if you can get in there first as the and make that call, it's a little bit easier to defend, right? Because you just sit back at that site, and they've got to force their way in through the terminals.
Yeah, it's gonna be a interesting one. We see Akron. It looks like they were going top mid up through just midpoint. They might be going B. It looks like it. We're getting some wraparounds. Taylor holding a good spot back here. Knows that they're here. Can make the call out. The team is starting to come around. Shaco gets
Good
1 pick.
call.
Taylor getting a pick.
Oh, that's huge for Taylor right now. And he gets another one on the foot. Watch out for the ankles. That was great. Condors lock it in. Look at the trigger discipline, though, from Taylor on that play. What it did, if you shot right away, they all turn on you. He waited for that bomb to go down and start to be planted before taking action, and his teammates could get involved with him. Heads up, captain play.
Oh, it's so beautiful. That pistol was quite funny, I won't lie. The little tree.
Oh, yeah,
saved
just
him.
a...
Yep, and then just a one pistol shot to the toe.
it just
That's what kills you.
yeah. He's going to be limping in the next one, but yeah, that was pretty fun. Sometimes you cross your fingers and hope. Yeah, that's what happened there, but Condors back on attack. Yeah, a little bit scared this time to make that push into A, but it does look like it's clear for them. Shatter still a little spooked from the last one.
It's a little bit making sure that A site is clear. Bomb has been once again picked up. It's a 3v3 situation. Looks like we might be glancing at B site. Shatter getting taken out under A.
That's unfortunate because the bomb also going down means you got to recover.
Yep, and Akron most likely knows where it is, so they're going to be watching it. Taylor crawling, as you can see, over here, but Akron's, they're all around.
Ooh, is he going to get sight of him? No, he's on the inside there. Okay. It's hard to tell sometimes with the COD view. Caster view. Yeah, birdie. Nice. That's one. Where is he going to run to next? He knew where a teammate just got taken out, so he tries to catch them on the rotate. But, I mean, they also know that you know that where they are and that you might be on your way. So, yeah, that's exactly what Akron does.
Yeah, Birdie did spot one going, back near the pillars and then drop down, who was then ultimately the one that took out Taylor. It's hard. S&D is hard.
Yep. I mean, it's also hard, again, when you're playing teams that, as Taylor said, are in a division they should be in here. You know that the challenge is going to be there. Good players.
Very good players, as we see. We'll see if Condors can replicate what they did the round that they actually took one from Akron, but we'll see.
Yeah, a lot of frags out just to stop that A push, but you saw Akron hold back just a little bit longer, expecting maybe just the hailstorm of util on that site, and they push in just a little bit delayed, and that gives them the site. Shako caught out as he tries to turn heel upstairs.
He was looking for, you can sit under the staircase there. He was trying to make sure because he couldn't see the player. Unfortunately, when he turned to look is when the player hopped out, got killed. Shatter taking a pick on override. 2v3 situation. Gotta be very careful here.
Yeah, because you can get in sight, but I guess we said that's an easier one to hold there. Good turn on that. That's one down. You only have two more. Working with the team. Trying to help him out. Birdie coming in with the pistol. Cannot finish things off. Maybe a clutch came out there. You had time for the defuse, but...
Nah, he had 5 seconds.
Oh, was it 5? Sorry, I thought I saw like 15 or something. I'm so blind.
You just spotted the one.
I can't see anything today.
It's okay. It happens. We all have hope. That's why we see the 15.
Maybe that's what it was. Yep. Misread that one.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's just Akron's really good at when they plant the bomb, playing time. Not really forcing any, pushes out, watching all your angles, making it so that the Condors have to come to them.
Right.
And then ultimately they just run down time. Even if you kill them all, you can't defuse.
Oh, it must have been dyslexia. It must have been the 5.1 that I got like a frame of 5.1 and my brain just did not process it right.
It's okay. My brain does that too. And we have bomb down. The first time the Condors have planted bombs so far. Now they just got to play like Akron. They got to wait. They got to hold it.
Uh-huh.
Shatter calling one out. Akron getting the exchange.
That's good, though.
They're running together. They are holding hands.
Yep. Good kill there. That's one down. Now the other three just need to lock it in, but an aggressive play from Shako does cost him his life.
It does. They are still playing time. 14 seconds left. They have to be careful here. It's a 1v1.
Push it in there. You got the sight on him. Just buying time, though. Taylor's trying to just make sure he doesn't have time for the defuse. It doesn't matter if he dies because they don't get the defuse. Akron doesn't win. Great play on the time there. He didn't want to give any chance for that player to defuse.
He almost made an oopsie. You've seen him peek out, take some shots, and then immediately realize, I need to play time.
Yep.
I don't need this kill.
That's
and
what
then
I'm saying,
immediately just like
Yep.
ducked and, you know, put his head in the corner and just went, okay.
That's what I'm saying. He played it very well, because if he had died there, it was 7 seconds for.
It's about 7 seconds,
Yeah.
but at that point there was like 13.
Yeah. He dropped down at 10 seconds.
Yep.
And then and realized that if I get in there and get killed right now,
They have time.
there might have been like 0.1 seconds left for him to be able to compete. So yeah, very smart play from Taylor. Unfortunately, they're going to lose 2 players into the next round here. Chaos, make that 3.
That was a very aggressive play. All right, Shaco. Let me finish my sentence. That was a very aggressive play by the Condors, but Shaco manages to get a kill to drop it down to a 1v2 situation. And he picked up an AR.
That was a good old Jackson Pollock there. Let the bullets land where they land.
Yeah.
There was just hold the trigger and wiggle your stick.
And Shaco is, in all honesty, one of the men that you want to be in this 1v2 situation. He's smart with it.
Oh, great. Oh, no. He's got to watch out, though. There's another coming up the other side. Yeah, that was also smart from Akron. You pull one away around a site where it forces him, to Shaco, to go around the corner. The other can just pull up and put him in a site. That is like, it is very, very good positional awareness from Akron.
Yep, it was. Akron's playing very, very well. Very well.
Yep. That's about it.
Yeah, that's end of sentence, period.
Yeah, see, S&D, if you're playing against a team that's on paper maybe out of your reach or above you, you'll look to S&D to be one of those those maps that you can take one off of them, because you don't have those respawns. If you can get those sneaky kills, you can get a round win.
Yeah, and S&D, you can play it at whatever speed you want. Ultimately, it is a game of time, but someone's got a car out. I just heard the wheels going.
Yeah. Well, RC, and why not? Do a sick jump. Nice.
Birdie getting a nice pick at the back, which leaves B site pretty much decently clear for the boys to make the plant there if they want
There it goes
to.
again.
They might go for A, which is interesting. No, they're going B. Number 4 might call them out. Forbes
There he is.
overrides the one with the car.
Woo! Sick jump. Oh, no.
Ooh, Birdie getting killed by Forbes. Shatter with a nice kill. Last
Yeah, he's got
player.
bomb. But he's hurting right now. Gets a couple tags here, but he knows the teammate's going to be around. Oh, he didn't expect the speed, I guess, from him. And unfortunate that he didn't realize the play out the window there. And, yeah, it just gets caught off, not expecting that at all.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. That was just unfortunate timing, unfortunate looking.
Yeah, good speed from Vanny there to get onto the site, knowing where he might be moving to. That's it. 6 on the board. 2 map wins now, putting Akron at match point. The Condors, at this point, Mikas will have to look for a reverse sweep.
They will. They have to look at just not playing poorly. They got to really start looking at strats, making those call-outs, winning those gunfights, just everything.
There's a few things. Again, you look at even that singular play on Shaco back there that I talked about, pulling him out and baiting him into a position that gave them an advantage. That's a lot of heads-up play that comes from a couple things. 1, communication, you mentioned, of course, very important. 2, experience, and sorry, I said couple, but I meant a few. 3 is intuition. I mean, there's just a good amount of intuition. If you have 4 players that all understand what to do, you'll need less communication. But that communication can help when you want to dive into your experience. You can say, hey, we know that if we run away from this fight, it might pull the player out. Let's do that play. And communicating that efficiently is what Akron's doing at this point. Or they just have good intuition, all 4 players.
Yeah, common sense even.
Yeah,
a little bit of common sense.
I would say if it was common sense, everyone would be playing in this division.
Yes.
Well, I'll put it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
realistically, it is very uncommon sense to play the way they're playing.
Yeah, it's not the average person's common sense.
Yeah. It's the intuition that they have for the game of what an opponent might do.
Yes.
Right. And I always wonder where that comes from. Is it there's two kind of lines of thinking, I think, when it comes to that. Is it an empathetic response of understanding the human behavior? Is it pattern recognition, which plays into IQ? Is it that you've played enough that you've recognized players in these situations will tend to do this? But again, that can change based off their emotional state, where the empathy comes in.
All of the above? Is that an option?
Yeah, it could be. I don't have an answer. I'm not like looking for an answer. It's just a fun thing to theorize. I would say intelligence definitely plays into it. I mean, a lot of people say that anybody can be good at a game just with repetition.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's true. I wonder if there is an innate building of neurons that puts some people ahead.
Yeah, because usually we just refer like game sense. What really is game sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the natural intuition. Who knows? Hey, maybe someone can go write a PhD on this. Go do that right now. In the about 3 minutes that we'll have for short break. We'll be back on the other side and see if the Condors can start a reverse sweep here against Akron.
Condors Esports is innovating intercollegiate gaming in Ontario and beyond. We've built a community where you can compete, play, and work in a dynamic program accessible from all campuses.
Condors Esports is more than just gaming. Here, you'll find empowerment and inspiration in state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest technologies and unwavering support.
We are varsity athletes, turning victories into championships as high-performing gamers.
We are relentless, constantly pushing our limits and pursuing excellence through every match.
We are Condors. Gaming connects us on campus or online, all through best-in-class equipment.
We're building a foundation of experience, powered by our passion, in developing skills that drive personal and professional success.
We are eager students, transforming our dreams into careers in dynamic and emerging industries.
Condors Esports goes beyond gaming, fostering enduring friendships, unforgettable experiences, and meaningful connections.
This is your chance to transform your passion for video games, esports, and technology into something impactful. Learn how Conestoga is introducing Condors Esports to your campus and connect with fellow Condors striving to soar.
We
are Condors.
Welcome back This is where it all begins. The reverse sweep of the Condors against Akron Esports, right?
Yeah, I mean, Control is one of our better maps, our better game modes.
Game modes, yeah. Well, but we head back to Vault, so anyone at home, you're not have to look at a new map here. It's going to be back to the first map, but the game mode a little bit different. What are we looking at here for Control?
So Control, we have 2 set points, just like S&D. You have an A point and a B point. They do not move like Hardpoint. However, in Control, you have 3 ticks on each point, so a total of 6 ticks. It takes time to get those ticks. You can make progress, and if you don't capture it, it can be deleted essentially by the defending team.
Yeah.
It's a game of time. It's a game of lives. Even though you have more lives than S&D, you don't have unlimited respawns.
Yeah. Basically, it's King of the Hill, and there's 2 hills.
Yeah.
One team is attacking,
One
and
team's
then
defending.
when that round's over, you flip it around.
Yeah. And the spawns stay on the same side.
Yes, they stay on the same side, and you have 30 lives now. So there is respawn, but you have a limited amount. You can't just run in there willy-nilly and like marching ants. You've got lemmings off a cliff.
Yep. And you have to make those calls. When you have like 15 lives left, you have to announce it to your team like, hey, we need to be careful. And Shadow right off the bat getting first blood. Taylor MC getting a kill for himself.
Yeah, that's good. We're on defense right now, so we're just trying to stop Akron from getting on this point. A tends to be the first point that they're defending right now inside the building here. Because it is a hard one to get, teams try to just get that out of there. But B, also very difficult because you got that oversight from the defender's spawn, from Art, that can make it very difficult to get on that point. But yeah, A is generally the target first.
Birdie he still has his life right now. He has made, I think, 2 kills now. Wait, it's not huge, but
Staying alive is big.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, now he's dead. Yeah, Akron's flipped over to B right now. They realize there was enough resistance on A that they might be able to steal a tick away on B, but they got stolen away, pushed away. Unfortunately, I think eagerness to get rid of this tick almost gave it back to the opponents. They anticipated, I guess, our push onto that. Thankfully, we hold it off. 26 seconds left. If Akron does get the point here, they'll add an extra minute onto their time to capture the other point.
They will, but so far the Condors are holding it down quite well. Control on Volt is usually a defender sided.
Favored, yeah.
Yeah, defender favored. It's quite hard to get these ticks, unfortunately. And the Condors are pretty much showing you exactly why.
Well, someone on tight here. They can shut them down. They'll hold on just a little bit longer. We see 1 tick going on to A site now. Akron does have it locked in. They'll get 2. If the Condors can't get in there to stop it, they're going to have 3, and that'll be an extra minute on the board. Yeah, we got 1:10 now to go. And Akron will be aiming for B next. Condors really need to make sure that they get a team wipe here, and they've done exactly that to buy themselves a little more space.
And I mean, the Condors are up almost 10 lives on Akron right now. So all they have to do is take out 6 players, essentially, even though there's only 4.
Yeah, 1.5
there goes 1.
lives.
Now they only have 5 left.
Is actually huge for the Condors. Because, yeah, Akron really has to think about their approach. They have to play it slow, and they have to start giving up some of that time because they can't dive in anymore.
They can't, and there's only 3 Akron members remaining. Override Vanny and Forbes. Vanny coming down through Vault, trying to get on B, trying to get a little bit of a pick. Does not realize that Shaco is going to call him out.
There's that mechy play we were talking about before. Good movement, good control of your ADS. Gets his sights locked on and cleans up that kill. 15 lives left, and winning by kills. That's crazy.
Yeah, that much, that difference is
pretty significant.
Very significant. Shatter even going 1.0, going even.
Yeah, you saw it on their faces too. I think they were definitely happy about it. They're like, okay, this is our game mode, I guess. We'll see how it goes on attack, though. Obviously, now it's their turn to try and do what Akron just attempted.
Yep, and better. They gotta win it.
Very aggressive push here. Shaco in, trying to get a 2.
Oh.
Just gets the 1.
I've seen that play before, unfortunately. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. But
oh, just turned away at the last moment, but he's got a teammate. Shaco will get the kill there, but Birdie helps him out. Shaco down over the ledge there. A little bit of revenge. Maybe Birdie can find it. Not quite. We'll see how they regroup for the point.
Heard a pot break-in. Shaco kind of understands where at least one person is. It looks like they're going to target B now. Try to get the target site off of A.
Fortunately, that doesn't work out for them. Trophy system going down prevented them from being able to get their sights onto those incoming players. You got to know Akron is moving fast. You got to be ready for those rotates real quick.
And thankfully, Taylor taking out Vanny in their spawn, but it's a bit of a toughie right now. Shatter, unfortunately, turning at the last second to miss Aiden, shooting him pretty much in his face.
Yeah, they got to get some more lives off the board here for their opponents, but they also get it on point. That's actually a great kill there from Shatter. Unfortunately, another one does not allow him to move into the space here. Shaco's on point with 12 seconds left. He's just buying time for his teammates to get in there. Takes out 1, but not 2. The rest of the teammates got on point, though. Taylor getting a pick off. We see if another one comes out the other side. Forbes takes down Taylor. 7 seconds left. The Condors scrambling for control here, Chaos, as that time ticks down.
That was an unfortunate chow by Birdie. Shaco with 1.2 seconds gets on, though. They've got to... No, there it goes.
Yeah.
That's... Oh.
They had to win those fights at the end. Unfortunately, there were just way too many players to be overwhelmed. They would have had to have the gunfights of their lives at that point.
I'm going to just say some of those challenges should not have happened. Yeah, some ego chows, I'd say, coming out, which is unfortunate. You see Aiden here showing off a pretty nice spawn trap, taking them out in their own home. Well, it's going to be a defender.
Yeah. 1-1. The thing is that the Condors are, I mean, if they can keep this up, they'll win, right? Because will they be on defender for the last one?
So it comes down to the most amount of ticks.
Okay. Which, fortunately, we are behind that.
I think Akron would get attacker. We get defender. Don't quote me on that, though. We'll have to find that one out.
I mean, that would be good.
It would be nice, but Akron is locked in right now, unfortunately.
Ooh, Taylor almost losing out on that kill and getting turned on. We are hoping right now we can pincer in this. Vanny is going to be a bit of trouble, though.
It looks like Taylor's in their spawn. He's trying to be a little annoying, but gets called. Oh, he did not get killed.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does push us off the point, though, and we're looking like a potential cap here with still a minute left for Akron. Override has just been an absolute problem for us. He's a menace. We need him out of there if we have any chance. And look, they're already going for that B cap, trying to get a tick as well.
Yeah, they know they have 2 capped on A, so it's simple to easily target B, get B capped, or just if you can't get B, you go back to A, cap it, get another minute on the clock. It's a tough one for the Condors to try to turn back around because they're also low on lives. Yep,
that's the thing. It's kind of turned around. I mean, it's not the worst thing. We're only a 4 spread, much better than the 15 spread that we were holding before. But for Akron, but at this point, we're going to potentially be losing these sites. Vanny's on there. He's got a teammate as well. Trophy's down. You can't frag him out. We're nowhere near. They'll cap A and get an extra minute. That's 140 for them to cap B, which is only 2 ticks left.
And the more players you have on the point, the faster it is to capture, unfortunately. So they've just got to put all 4 players on, kill all 4 Condors, and have some breathing room.
Oh, big kill there. That was massive from Shatter. He noticed that there was a flanker hanging out in the corner. They were set up trying to watch the other side, and they didn't realize someone was coming up behind them there. They don't realize this is happening again, though. It's Override trying to be sneaky this time.
Yeah, it looks like someone tried to get on their spawn. Number 5 is trying to find him. Shaco knows he's there, gets the win on the fight, but Override is in top art, which is not where you want him to be.
No, that's what I'm saying. immediately the Condors looked away. He took that sneaky spot there that Vanny was looking for before.
Forbes is also in their spawn. He was over top P4, and these two are just going to absolutely run through the Condors.
Yeah, that's going to be it right now. I mean, they're getting that last tick right now. Condors got to dive onto it. Fortunately, Shatter can't get there. Birdie is taken out. Shaco gets on. And it tries to stop this from being a GG.
5 lives remain for the Condors.
Oh, Shaco. Okay.
Birdie also getting a kill there as well. It's 9 lives to 4. If they play it strategically, they can possibly win this.
I mean, they can, but they've got 30 seconds to play it real smart. Their shooting has to be on point. Shaco is looking pretty good right now. And look at Taylor. You know someone might be there, but if he dives through, you know he's going to be a goner. He wants to, and they looks to. He does make the pick. Great play from Taylor there. That's going to buy him a little more space. Unfortunately, we lost a gunfight over by B, and they're on the point. We need to shut this down. Look how close that tick was. 14 seconds left. The Condors, 3 players alive, though, and they've got control of that street side. We're losing 1. Taylor playing it real smart, just watching how many players get on there. Get the laser. They're on the point. You got to dive. Get in there. It's contested. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to win the gunfight. It was so tough. The Condors came so close, but unfortunately it does turn out to be an Akron win and Akron sweep in the series overall.
That was almost a huge clutch play from the Condors. Taylor, little turnaround on that player in bottom of arch, getting the kill. It's just, even though they lost, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was a good hold at the end there. It gave us a little bit of excitement when it came to the end. They knew this would be good. I also had another stroke a moment ago and thought I saw 3 on the board. I'm like, I think we only played 3. It's not over yet. We still have a chance.
I just gotta get.
I am I think I am having a problem. Old age is kicking in.
Oh, a team kill from Vanny on override with a Semtech. Oopsie.
Yeah, now we go on to attack here. Condors are playing very, very aggressive. We almost have B-site down.
How did Shaco
get a toe on there? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Ooh, but they have those 2 ticks on B. That is huge for the Condors. Now they can either hard focus on B still or go hard stack A, which Shatter is coming around, making sure that it's all clear. Misses the 1 player on override who calls out Shatter. Shaco gets a kill. Nice. Birdie is the one that finds override in Top Cat.
Yeah, that was in Birdie's favor too. Going through the door first was override, and that really gave Birdie the advantage of seeing that play work out. But the Condors looking real good on this next one. I mean, as you said, you got the two ticks on B, and they're starting to gain control of A. Unfortunately, it does get stolen away by Van.
It does, and Taylor being a nuisance in their spawn right now, just hopping around. Override is trying to find him. Thought he was top P4, but he did jump out. Now he's top arch. Taylor knows. Gets called out, though.
I like this play, though. I mean, the Condors are playing very aggressive all of a sudden. They're starting to play no fears. I feel like maybe they were playing a little reserves before, and they decided to just start allowing their instincts to take control of this. I don't know if it's comms. I don't know if they're falling back to what we talked about before with intuition, but it's working, whatever they're doing right now.
It is, and we've got what looks like it was 2 players on there, but they got taken out, unfortunately. Birdie was the one who unfortunately got the team kill on Shaco.
10 seconds left.
Oof, they're not going to get that.
It was working until an answer of aggression got called back on the site. But look at that, a swarm of Akron players. And now I can say that Akron has completed the
3
sweep.
rounds.
Maybe I just saw into the future. Maybe that's I'm having glimpses of like psychic.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's either I'm psychic or psycho. But regardless of that, the result does not change. We cannot time travel backwards in Akron. Complete the sweep over the Condors Esports squad here. Our academy team having a tough time in groups, and unfortunately another tick goes onto their loss column.
It's unfortunate, but they played very well. That control was, for the most part, pretty even until Akron really started locking in. They clocked in for work, that's for sure.
Yeah, they got getting a couple rounds on S&D. They got around there in control, and even at the end, they got pretty close to having an opportunity of winning that last one. I mean, 2 ticks right on B, almost got another tick on A. Just that speed eventually got answered back by Akron.
Yeah, which is a telltale sign of a good team, able to answer to what your opponents are giving you. The Condors are usually pretty good at that as well. It's just today was not their day, especially against Akron. We knew it was going to be a tough match.
Yeah.
And, they did what they could.
Tough match, it was. Again, they had some answers here and there, but the speed, we talked about it in the break too, is just there were too many elements, I think, that were kind of showing up here. It was speed was a big one. Rotations, communication looked great. Gunfights were just super solid. They were playing positions that they could catch a lot of these Condor players out on when they were being a little silly on maybe some uncalculated rotates, I guess. There were times they just weren't checking corners too.
Or you check the wrong corner.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I mean, you saw at the end though, Taylor was checking his corners and it was working out for him. I mean, overall, Taylor was making some really smart plays today too. Glad we caught a few. It's probably a ton we missed, but a lot of smart plays from Taylor, and it felt like we had Shaco really get into the swing of things by the end of it. But yeah, that momentum just a little bit late for the squad.
Yeah, it kicked in. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really unfortunate to watch. It's unfortunate because you see them start to actually, lock in, and Akron's already, 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, it really was. But it's good experience. The squad said, they get a chance of feeling out the vibes and what might happen in their next series, but they have the tape to go over now. They can look at this and say, how can we fix this up? Because we got to play the exact same team in our other group in a different league later. But that'll be for another time. The rest of today, we'll be watching our varsity squad as they hit their groups. Again, they're in the Superconference. Also, very tough matchups for them. Before we break, let's do this. Because that's what we can, really all we do at this point. That team's looking good. I believe Burton's in. We'll talk about them a little bit later, though. For now, again, stretch your legs, come back for our varsity squad at Call of Duty in just a little bit. Thank you for joining us, and see you in a few.
Good luck today.
Thanks, man.
How I'm loving life these days. Together, I don't even need to chase it. You see it written on my face. It's the right time, right place. How I'm loving life these days.
Esports is for everybody. That's what makes this so special, where there's not a lot of barrier to entry. It's, do you have a passion for gaming? That's all it really takes. There's so many different things involved in this. It really does take that full team to make a successful event run. And that's what this program does. You got the lighting going on, you got the video capture going on, you got the whole production crew that are packaging this all together, you have the shoutcasting that's happening. We want to be, that pinnacle for esports. We want students to come here, learn from industry best, and launch their careers in esports. You have that new arena that's being built. To have that investment through the college, it proves a lot. We're invested in this. This can lead to something really big and something really neat and something that you're really invested in. It's a billion-dollar industry, and we really can't wait to see where this goes.
Gotta get it, get it.
Hello and welcome back, or welcome to joining us if you just got here and you aren't back because you weren't here and then they couldn't be here. I'm Leaf, this is Mute Chaos. We're watching Call of Duty today. We watched the Academy squad earlier, unfortunately lose. We're hoping things change as we go forward here.
I hope so.
Yeah?
I would like to see you win on stream.
Yeah?
It'd be nice.
Okay, good.
Get hype.
I'm glad you weren't hoping the other way. That's what it is. We have our varsity squad now making their way into the building, and by that I mean quite literally making their way into the building. As I watched J Ray just walk in, so that's gonna hopefully they're ready and prepped up when the game comes here, because it's gonna be hard. But I just said a name, and you probably don't know who that is because you haven't heard who our roster is yet. So we've got some fancy little videos to show you, so you can see who the roster is. Let's look. There's their squad rocking in. It's a 5-man roster of course, we have the newest addition down on the left side there.
Yep, Mr. Burton.
Burton.
Our ex-Halo pro.
Yes. Kicking butt. Actually doing well. The matches that he has played on stream here, he's done pretty good in. Obviously, had a really hard matchup the last time they're in, but they've been keeping things really close. They're in the Superconference. This is not easy for them to do. But, yeah, across the board, you've got Burton, Frizzy, Neb, Savvy, J-Ray, and then Coach Potsy down at the end. J-Ray being the one that they said just walked in here. Hopefully his shaders compile in time. They probably already had, maybe they already had him logging in, but yeah, you see him setting up.
Oh yeah, I think I see
going.
Potsy was sitting there. So Potsy, I think, got him set and ready.
That's good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I heard Coach say to him, "You got 10 minutes to get ready." And then they're going to be into their matchup here. But yeah, it looks like Neb is in today. We said Savvy is one of the other players. I haven't even seen him in the facility today. Sometimes he's hanging out still, but I don't think he's in today. So it'll be Neb, J-Ray, Frizzy, and Burton. And again, Neb, a newer addition to the roster, bringing in a lot of experience when it comes to just that teamwork, playing himself. What is he doing to him?
No clue. So it looks like something but wires.
Is he wrapping up his cable?
Looks like it. What on
Is he
earth?
trolling him? Like,
oh, it's his headphone thing. He must have wrapped it.
We've just grown in astigmatism. Can't quite see it. Oh, that's for the box they use to communicate with each other in real time.
Yeah, he just
speed
dropped
of
the
light
cord.
Communications. That's what it was. He's wrapping around. Why? Just keep it safe, I guess, so it doesn't fall.
Maybe the cord was just too long and it was kind of hitting things.
I guess
I'm not
so.
sure.
Maybe he's got OCD and just needs it to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the squad, as I said, in Superconference is very hard to get wins here. We've got one. Unfortunately, we have 3 losses as well. It is not an easy group to be in. You look at Oklahoma, St. Clair, Cumberland, Akron. Have we played Akron yet? Is that the only one that we haven't played then yet?
I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, because we have 3 losses, which means we've only played. I doubt we would have gotten a win off them, but yeah, that means we've got the teams below us to beat. So maybe we can. I mean, Keanu in North Texas both sitting with 0-4s. Maybe we already got a win off of Keanu there. So it was Keanu. Okay, that's what it was. So West Virginia and North Texas are and then Akron would be our last measures of tests of skill, as everyone says, the phrase goes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that phrase.
Yeah. Cumberland. Very hard matchup too, though. Phoenix. Yeah, these guys sitting at the top. We faced them before in last, and then also in maybe in another, maybe in CCL was it? I don't know.
I think they're at C3L. Maybe not.
Either way, they're hard. Isn't going to be an easy matchup. Again, throwing Burton in instead of Savvy there. I mean, Burton has been showing that he can keep up with the squad. There are a couple of things they said they wanted to work on with him. When it comes to game, it's a little bit different than Halo, of course. You know, in Halo, you've got your positioning is important because you want to try to really work for those crosses with your teammates. Call of Duty, you die a lot quicker than TTK is really high in Halo. So, you know, it's getting adjusted to that is a big thing. But as a result, you see his positioning pretty well, and he's got good handle on a controller. And then the 2 in the middle, J-Ray and Frizzy. These 2 are, Mukast, the menaces. They love to roam around. J-Ray specifically, you'll see getting in on that flank, trying to make those calls of who he's getting picks on and who he's not, so that the rest of the team knows how they should be rotating given the game mode.
Yeah, we've also seen Frizzy, especially on red card. We've seen Frizzy make some crazy long runs from one end all the way to the other and pretty much getting a full team kill and just chalking the whole team, really making it a clear path for his team. We'll see if they continue to do that in this game.
Yeah, hopefully. Frizzy too, again. Frizzy is a pop-off potential player. He's got some sick moves. Great mechs, and we hope to see that today, but we know they're going to be pressured. Speed is going to be on full. If you were watching the Academy games earlier, you're going to see a bit of a difference. I mean, they're good, but these guys are good. The speed difference between these two matches are going to be quite noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, last week we went map 4, which also we really played those maps out as long as we could.
I genuinely, bias aside, genuinely think that we lose that series, but we lose it in 5.
Yeah, we should have seen him at 5.
Yes, that was close and should have been closer too, but it wasn't. We got stricken by the COD gods, and they said no to our a win on a certain round there. That was what we alluded to earlier with J-Ray getting kicked out. Let's hope that doesn't happen today, and J-Ray gets to play full game with his team up against Cumberland. But yeah, it is going to be a tough one. So hopefully they're locked in. Maybe the running up here from J-Ray, he's still got the blood flowing. But you know, you never know until you get in there. Let's see if his mind's in the right spot.
Well, the mindset is going to be very interesting. We have a double skyline, a map that you don't typically see with our Academy squad.
No, these guys like to play it a lot more, and they play pretty good on it.
I love them for that, actually. So double skyline, and then a double vault and red card. Vault and red card being map 4 and 5. We've seen these boys play Hardpoint Skyline very well.
Yeah.
We've seen them. That was the map they pulled off of.
Oh, the guys that we were just talking about? I'm
yeah.
totally forgetting the name, too.
They're a university.
Yeah. Who cares?
But yeah, S&D Skyline will be interesting.
Yeah.
Skyline has a lot of glass, which means a lot of indications of where you are if you accidentally even slightly tap it.
You could cut yourself too, so be careful out there.
Yep, you can. There's so many spots, but also not a lot of spots.
Yeah, it's true. It's a smaller map. And then it's a double vault. Honestly, I like the odds. It seems pretty good. Good for the squad. I mean, those are two maps we've seen them do well on. I mean, the control and vault, obviously, we saw that earlier. That's a hard one to win as an attacker, but we've seen them do it before, even against hard teams. So it's not out of the question here for them to honestly be able to take any of these maps. It's that red card at the end that becomes a question mark.
Yeah, the red card, if we make it to map 5, will be very interesting because that's red card S&D.
Yeah.
Which
maybe a little bit easier to handle, right? You don't have to worry about crazy rotates and spawns because it's just, you know, if you do get taken out and you're down in a 3v4, you at least got that information that your teammates will have now, and that can let them adjust into being able to win the round for you. You're not worrying about another spawn and are we flipping, and your position's less important on a macro scale at that point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See. Right. No. Anyways, again, if you are joining us for this time, you haven't seen Call of Duty, we did a bit of an overview earlier, but you're going to hear some terminology that you may have already heard in the past series and into the next one here that you might not know what's going on. So let's dive into a video of that explaining that while we let J-Ray get all set up.
While Call of Duty is a pretty straightforward game, you may hear a couple unfamiliar terms while watching. Let's go over a few of them. ADS, or aim down sights. This one's pretty straightforward. It's the act of looking through a weapon's sights or scope for improved accuracy. Jump shot. Jumping before or while in a gunfight to make your character harder to hit. Slide canceling. A technique to quickly chain together tactical sprints, allowing for faster movement and evasive maneuvers. Pre-firing. Shooting at a location where an enemy is expected to appear before they actually are there. Head glitch. When you stand behind an object that covers your whole body except for your head, making you a harder target for your enemy to hit. Drop shot. A move where a player drops to the ground while simultaneously firing their weapon, making them a harder target to hit. Wall bang. Shooting through walls or other surfaces to damage or eliminate enemies. Keep an ear out for other terms, but hopefully this gets you ready to follow COD's fast-paced action.
Yeah, don't not do any of those.
Those are important skills.
It is. Do all of those, and you too can win Call of Duty.
It's that easy.
All of Call of Duty. You'll see a lot of all of that today, especially the slide canceling. When it comes to the movement, you will see a constant amount of that click. These poor controllers, and getting clicked in. It's because it's always on L3 as well.
Yep.
And, yeah, that click, man, they got to be robust.
You can get pretty aggressive with the joysticks. I won't lie.
Yeah. Experience. Is this from playing or anger?
Both.
Both. Angry
Both.
playing. It is Call of Duty, I guess.
Like when I use mine, I can hear it like hitting. Yeah. When I don't have my headphones on, I can hear it and I can feel it like hitting that barrier.
You got to put little like styrofoam pads on the outside so that when the stick hits the rim there, it's fine.
I should, but I'd rather put up with just playing them until the stick drift kicks in and getting either a replacement or.
The problem is I play these games with a DualShock 4 controller, so the PlayStation 4 controller, and I don't think they make them anymore. I'm actually finding it hard. I can't find them anywhere to be able to buy them.
That's not good.
No, because that's what I play. I don't want to use a PS5 controller.
You don't want to switch them. I switched actually recently from an Xbox. So originally it was Xbox 360 to an Xbox One, and within the last maybe 3 weeks, I switched then to a PlayStation controller, which is widely different.
A lot of swaps there.
It took me way too long. I'm still trying to get comfortable with the PlayStation controller in my hands.
Why'd you make the switch?
I don't really know. I needed a new controller anyway because I was getting really bad stick drift on my Xbox One, and I was just like, you know what? I hear so many people talk about how great PlayStation controllers are.
They are great.
And so I was like, I'll try it. And like, it's nice to have the sticks on the same like plane the same level, but it's still like the way it sits in my hand doesn't sit great.
Have you tried? Because you came from Xbox before.
Yeah.
Have you tried the? It is smaller, so generally smaller hands will like that controller. But if you do want something a bit like more like an Xbox, the PS5 controllers.
I have a PS5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one I bought. But it's still.
Oh, it is.
It's too big
for
my hands. Like it doesn't fit like comfortably.
Then if you can find one, try DualShock 4.
Yeah.
They're smaller. I like them just from the muscle memory, but yeah.
I just feel like I made a tweet about it, and there was a lot of Condors got onto it. Because I was saying it felt like I was reaching to Narnia, because I'm used to the left stick being closer, and it felt like I was really stretching my hands.
Yeah, if you have smaller hands, it's not going to be as easy.
It wasn't the most comfortable. I'm getting a little more used to it now, but it's still so awkward.
Play with it upside down, and then you can just keep your hands up to the top.
Yeah, I've thought about switching. Trying to do the claw grab.
Claw's hard.
It's not
fun. There were a couple RL players that played like that.
I just don't get it. Like it's not comfortable.
No, it's not. It's definitely not comfortable. One of the craziest ones I can't show you guys visually, but the player would play with the controller upside down. He played Street Fighter, and it was upside. He'd flip it around so the sticks were underneath, and that way. How was it? Yeah, I think it was upside down and underneath. And that way he pushed the face buttons with his fingers on the inside.
Oh, and you have more fingers too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I should try that.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I don't know. I mean, sure, why not? But maybe you'll find that one magic.
If you see me drop down in ranked on COD, just know I'm trying a new strategy on my controller.
Is that your excuse?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Anyways, we're still waiting for the team to get all prepped up, ready, get both squads in the lobby, and get the match for you guys soon. Cumberland are our opponents. On the other side, they're good. I believe, they're I think 3-1 in the groups right now. So likely only dropping their other games to the other top 4 teams that are up there. We're hoping if we can sit in the middle of the Superconference. That I think to me is kind of like an ideal positioning. I believe we were in 7th or 8th. We weren't bottom.
We're fifth right now.
Yeah, I'm saying last time.
Yeah.
We managed to hold on to the Superconference spot, and that was the important thing for our squad, and they did that. So I do think they have a lot of talent on the team, and they can compete with these guys, it's just going to be about consistency, which again is very hard in collegiate esports. I mean, you look at even just last few semesters here, we've got 2 new players on the roster, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of changes. You have to get used to just knowing that not everyone that is sitting next to you is going to continue to sit next to you for the next who knows how long. Sometimes even during a semester, we've seen, you know, roster rebuilds where you start with 1 player and you finish with maybe 2-3 others.
Yep. Very difficult. But all you can do is look at the immediate now, and I hope the squad's ready to lock in, kick butt. And again, hold their position in the Superconference by the end of it. That's the goal here. That's the real aim. And getting a win at Cumberland would certainly put you in a great position to be able to do that.
It'd be a very nice feeling. Gain some confidence back as well.
Mm-hmm. You guys didn't see before how Frizzy had his monitor?
Oh, yeah. Well,
it
you
was
can
like
see
up.
it on our Instagram.
Oh, is it on the socials?
It's on socials.
Hey, go hit it up. Condors
Instagram.
Esports.
Instagram is where it's sitting.
I'm sure you could. There's probably a command for it, ! Socials or something like that. I don't actually know what the commands
Maybe.
are. I also heard we got new emotes.
Yes, we have new emotes. And speaking of socials, because he's now no longer in the hub, it is Shaco's birthday. So happy birthday, Shaco.
Yeah, happy birthday, Shaco.
Gotta say it here because he's already headed home.
Get wrecked. He was trying to be humble about it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not a big birthday person either.
I'm not. I don't celebrate birthdays.
Yeah, no,
I don't celebrate mine. They're not fun. Just another day.
I was grounded most of mine, so I don't like them.
It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
All that Rocket League playing.
I was grounded for like 2 years straight one time. Ooh. I just kept extending it.
Hey, when you're a gamer, being grounded is a blessing.
What do you mean? I got grounded. I don't get to play games when I'm grounded.
Oh.
I got to do nothing. Yeah, it was terrible. Anyways, we get into the matchup here as Condors face down Cumberland, a squad that we know is going to give us some serious resistance on to hard point, where we are doing our best to get on to the hard point. Start capping some points right now. UCAS. Cumberland does seem to have control of the series.
They do, and Burton's having a little bit of a fight here at Fireplace. Manages to get 1 kill, but there's a whole lot of exchanges. We see Cumberland taking control of the desired side of the map. However, there has been a spawn flip because of Frizzy, as well as number 4, J-Ray. Took the desired spawns because you also have P2 there as well. J-Ray clearing P1. We just have to have someone get on it.
So I want to go back. What we saw from Burton earlier, too, is a real good example of that Halo play coming in. The Call of Duty, they're so ADHD, the movement, you see them just nonstop. Burton just parked the bus and waited for a player to come around the corner. And that's something he brings really well to this team, is he's a reliable just a corner piece to the building that the Condors have. Unfortunately, Cumberland is doing a great job of chipping out those brick by brick here.
They're playing pretty cohesively. You know, usually see 2 players push on at one point. Frizzy almost getting a double kill for himself, but it's Lewis who takes him out. Luis, J-Ray shooting through the bench. Cumberland holding down P2 as well as P1.
Yeah, they're doing a real good job right now. We've got a couple of points on the board, 14 to be precise, but the number for Cumberland squad is going up. Condors do get on here for a couple garbage time points, but they'll definitely want to be looking at the next one. We got a bit of a rotate there, but look at behind us. Luis is on our tail.
It is, and Frizzy makes an unfortunate play. Lewis calls him out. J-Ray and Neb getting kills from themselves. There's 2 more players that they got to clear out, so they know that's safe to push on to P3, and they get it. It's Neb who's now got to hold it down.
Yeah, and they only have one angle they need to really hold off right now. You know, they might not know that, but they're going to do hopefully a good job of that. Neb, first kill, time to relocate. Sees 2 more coming in here, watches the flank. And both sides are going to be poked at now. Push up on them. Neb with another one, holding down the point as long as possible. The rest of the Condors are able to get their way into the action, but they lose their respective gunfights.
It's unfortunate. They are still keeping the points pretty close as they can get, at least, as we now start looking over towards P4, which is once again one of those money hills, one of the important ones to get on. Condors are gonna try to look for spawns as they clear out Draken, who's holding them.
Ooh, watch this flank though, Frizzy. He knows that he's there too. Great pick from Frizzy. He's doing a real good job now of trying to solo this one out. They're not too far behind, only 30 points now.
They are, and they got spawns, which is what they want. Cumberland now has to come to them. A very long run to get to them. And they're coming in one by one, which is not what you want to do.
Frizzy, a madman. He's probably saying, so yeah, I see a little bit of smile on his face now. Like, that's his, oh, I'm confident, I'm feeling it. These guys suck kind of face he's got on him. But they're not out of it yet, but Frizzy's starting to feel that flow.
He is, and Frizzy gets picked off. Neb as well as Burton and J-Ray both try to work together to clear this point, which they do. Neb clearing the closet.
Just got to watch out, though. 3 more about to be on his way. He's got to take the look at the upper side. Great shooting from Neb, but you got to get out of there. You're going to get collapsed on real quick here, and you're hurting. J-Ray's trying to take the top side. So even give us support for Neb as Neb gets another kill. Watch out to your side, J-Ray. They don't know you're there, so it's okay. You can get a freebie, but you're going to have to get onto that point if you want to get some points back here.
They do. J-Ray tried to hold top cap for his team. Frizzy trying to get up there as well, but it's Burton that's really looking for it. The Condors are just being picked off one by one. It's only really 2 of them spawned in at a time right now as they try to look to reclaim P1.
That's the thing Burton's so good at, is understanding players' potential routes they're going to be taking. Almost got a pick there. He's working up top on Cat, looking down at the hot tub, and he's not going to get a kill on Cal.
Cal kind of hanging off of the map right now, making it a difficult target to hit.
But we hit it anyways.
As always, I mean, it's the Conestoga Condors varsity team.
Although they are falling 30 points behind. And next point looks to be relatively in control of Cumberland, unless we can get a great pick here. Neb is going to try, but he gets rained down on, and it was also Burton feeling some pain.
It sucks. There's only 1 on point, but the rest of his team is making it very clear to the Condors they're not letting anybody on. It's J-Ray that tries to make this push in. Ooh, the jump shot does not land.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Frizzy is still there, though. But it's 1 for 1 for 1. The back and forth between Cumberland and Condors. Finally, Neb gets 1, but he's being barreled down on by a couple others. Playing a little sneaky here. He gets his way back up on a point. The Condors do have control for 16 more seconds. We'll see, though, when they start to rotate out for the next.
And the Condors really do have to start looking for rotations. It's something that I'm kind of noticing they're a little behind on compared to Cumberland. As we see Neb try to head over into closet. He spotted him, took him out.
Doesn't matter if you're playing like Neb is right now. He is absolutely murderous out there. He is feeling good, and that gives his teammates a little bit of space to work a 2v1. Now Neb pulls up the other side. If they can hold off Draken here, they should have quite a few points on the board.
And Frizzy's doing just that. He knows they are now spawning over on P4 side. They have to be wary. Might have to send someone out actually to get those spawns. We will see what they choose to do.
They're just playing the lockdown right now, getting aggressive when they need to, but that's a good answer back from Cumberland. Aggressive play onto site makes the Condors have to really flip their sticks over full tilt to try to get those kills, and they can't keep it on target. The Condors lose sight, but they don't lose it without getting a lot more points on the board. This deficit isn't really too bad, and whole team getting involved in kills there.
If they hold all of P3, they will get even closer, but it's P4 that they have to really, really start heading towards, which none of them did.
Yeah, they really wanted those extra points, and now unfortunately they have to play the spoiler and try to get themselves on there. But if they're confident in their kills, then they can. But unfortunately, they're killing the wrong team.
Yeah, unfortunately, Frizzy's Hellstorm there went a little haywire. It ended up seeming like Cumberland got control of it.
That wasn't good for the Condors. Frizzy's trying to make up for it, though, with a little 2-piece. Rest of the squad getting involved. Neb gets taken out. Condors starting to fall behind now, 40 points back. The final 50-point stretch for Cumberland is in sight. Condors probably best just to play next point here.
They really have to be thinking ahead at this point. At the points, I mean, they can't be making mistakes anymore. They have to really start getting ahead of Cumberland because it is, although what seems like a close game, it's not actually that close. And here is Cal with his Hellstorm. Gets J-Ray with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We still have the spawn there in the point, so it doesn't hurt us too much. We'll see if Burton can get a nice pick on the backside here. Unfortunately, that gives Cumberland the path they need to start making that flank around, and you see Draken being that player.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. It looks like J-Ray taking a fight with Draken. 1 inch, thankfully.
Yep. No, this is huge. Oh, great for the Condors. They got 2 players down. Bottom cat there, but they get killed. They trade out, though. Condors, 1 on site, but another moves in, and the control goes over to Cumberland.
Does Neb almost had it, and it's Frizzy that gets it. I thought he was going to fall off the map, but he still gets killed nonetheless by Cal.
That's really tough. I mean, Frizzy probably can stay alive, but the opponents know he's going to try to dive, and you're like, okay, I got to dive to get points, because look, they're 8 away from winning, but the problem is you lose your life and you lose map position, so I'm curious if that is going to cause them a bit of a deficit. We'll see how Frizzy answers now. Full explosion onto the site.
And it's him and what looks like either J-Ray or Burton busting on, working together as Cumberland now runs out of spot. Ooh, they were trying.
Yeah, great pick there with the on that player around the staircase there. Unfortunately, they again also have explosive maneuvers onto these points. And Cumberland walks away 250 to 181. Not a terrible series though from the Condors.
Pretty good. There's good plays there. I mean, look, Neb got best play. Just because you get best play doesn't mean you win, unfortunately, though. We still have S&D to look forward to.
Yeah, no, Neb was playing really good today. I like what we're seeing out of him. Frizzy also playing pretty well, and overall the squad doing decent. We did see a little bit of it was quiet from J-Ray. I'm hoping that kind of flow comes in a little bit later for him too, because I mean he's a player that you really look to secure a lot of those flank kills that give that space for the other 3.
Yeah, we're gonna give J-Ray an excuse in that he had to. That was his warm-up game.
Yeah. I mean, it literally was his warm-up game.
Yeah.
He had just come in from outside. I don't think it was awful. You don't play awful and keep a series that close. So like it's not like J-Ray was playing bad by any means, but definitely not the flow we see from the full squad entirely. But they're close. They're doing a decent start, honestly, all around.
They are, and Burton and Frizzy are pointing at something. Something's either distracting them or.
What is it? What's up there?
Potsy's even.
Is there a bird?
It's actually
is
a condor.
Is it a condor? Caw.
What is it? Is it the light?
Maybe. I have no idea. They're laughing about us. I don't know.
Maybe Chris just said something funny.
Nah, Chris isn't funny.
They're still looking
he's a great
at
guy.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. They're like cats.
Yeah.
They see things that aren't there and start swiping at them.
Hopefully that doesn't take their focus away too much.
Maybe it's ghosts.
Maybe.
Oh no, guys, it's getting spooky in here.
It's funny though, because it's Frizzy and Burton, and then J-Ray and Neb are just locked in there, staring at their screen, not a care in the world about what's going on around them.
Well, I think J-Ray's trying to get himself into the zone here, and you know Neb's in flow state right now.
Oh yeah, with how he was playing in that first map, he is locked. He's ready. He wants to win this series.
Skyline going to Cumberland, 250 to 181. Not bad. We'd like to be over that 200 mark at least, just to say we're keeping it close, but wasn't the worst thing. Going to S&D on Skyline again, the next one here. Again, we don't often see Skyline be represented by Search and Destroy.
I'm going to assume that's a Cumberland pick.
Yeah, I think Hardpoint Skyline feels like a Condors pick, but from what we've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious then if we'll be able to lock it in, because like Skylines are our match, that's what we feel confident on it, and to not get it kind of hurt right off the top, eh?
It really did. Yeah, there's just some mistakes. Obviously happy, like, well, not really happy mistakes, but just mistakes that can easily be fixed. And we'll most likely see them be fixed within, you know, the next map or two, not even.
I mean, the good thing is that we should be able to get flow a little bit better because now, especially, you know, for J-Ray gets in, plays Skyline again. That's good for the mental. You got the familiarity of the match before. The brain can start to get itself in a bit of a rhythm, a pattern by seeing the same map twice in a row. So hopefully, but the pacing is going to be different now because, as we know, S&D's a little more pulled back when it comes to the speed because you don't want to lose your life.
Yeah, you kind of have to play it not necessarily slow, but more methodical. It's not one of those you just rush in and, you know, shoot your gun, shoot at everyone. If you die, it's whatever. It's, you only get one life. If you were here for Academy, you would have seen you have to be so careful.
Is Frizzy singing?
Oh, it's Frizzy. Of course he is.
Frizzy is feeling it right now. If I wouldn't, man.
I wonder what song he's listening to. Jay's looking at him.
Is he? I wonder if he's singing out loud.
Like in yes, comms. He is. He is absolutely singing out loud. Everyone is hearing Frizzy right now.
Jay's like, "What are you doing?"
He's like, "Can you like walk in right now?
Can you stop?
Can you at least mute yourself if you're gonna sing?"
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't heard Frizzy sing.
That
Maybe he's a great singer.
Jay might actually be telling him, "Can you actually unmute yourself so we can hear you sing?"
Yeah, that could be it too. All right, boys, time to lock in. Skyline numero dos is coming in here. We're looking at a search and destroy.
We are a little penthouse apartment.
I would like one of those.
It's quite a large house.
Anyone want to go splitsies?
Usually we'll probably see a hard rush A for most teams. I'm gonna assume we might see like a 2-2 split.
Oh no, I meant do you want to go splitsies on buying a penthouse?
On buying a penthouse?
Yeah.
You say that like I make enough money to do that.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I should, you know, yeah, we'll go splitsy on
We're casters.
penthouse.
We get paid the big bucks. Let's go. Anyways, into map 2. Cumberland is already off to a good start here.
A very fast rush B, a very unexpected play. I don't even think the Condors were expecting that because they got called out in their cat.
We do manage to get the kill though before the bomb gets planted, which is really good. Frizzy just diving in there. Maybe expecting them to have rotated or be on the rotate out that he could catch them off guard, but yeah, you get sandwiched in by those last Cumberland players.
I wonder if, because he turned on that player, I wonder if he heard him start planting and that's why he thought he was clear to just slide in.
Yeah, that might be it. He got baited out.
It's unfortunate, but sometimes those are the plays. I mean, you could have waited it out for a bomb plant and then just made your assumptions on where they might be sitting, but we'll see what the Condors do.
Hindsight 2020. It's hard to know until it's over. Ooh. Good shot on that. J-Ray pushing in hard. Ninja Turtle getting the best of him.
It almost sounded like Jay got knifed, but he got gunned down, unfortunately. As Neb tries to find a kill for himself, does not find it on Lewis. Frizzy once again. Last person who gets killed.
Yeah, it's a different strat might be the approach here. Whatever's working or they're trying isn't working, and this is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know how Lewis didn't die at any of those points.
I'm talking about why is there a Ninja Turtle?
Oh yeah, welcome to COD. It's the new skin pack now.
I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I love the Ninja Turtles, but I don't know how I feel about this.
You're a lot more noticeable on the map.
It actually almost feels like it's because it's a darker like overall tone to it. I wonder if it does blend in sometimes. Like, look, even there.
Yeah, the darker the skin, usually they get kind of not allowed to be used.
Because it can kind of blend in. No, obviously not on the white surfaces here, but it is like a more muted olive green.
You can just blend into the shadows. I've had that experience in S&D as well, where there's this one skin He's completely blacked out with only purple eyes, and you just turn and face a wall, and you do not see them at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's got a shell on the back that acts as extra armor.
It's actually a shield.
That's not how it works.
Can you imagine? There would be a lot of uproar if that is how the skins worked.
We're Fortnite now, baby.
Well, we'll see if the Condors can manage to pull a map off of Cumberland. See if they change up how they're going about things. They have, as Neb calls out Lewis, finally in the kitchen.
I like it. That's good. I think he got the information there too. Uh-oh, Ninja Turtle's there, but he shuts him down as Raphael comes around the corner and the Condors. Once again, what felt like a good start very quickly landslided the other way around.
Yeah, Cumberland is just running together a lot more where they can get those follow-up kills. I mean, we've seen one Ninja Turtle go down and the other follow it up, and it's just the Condors are a little more spread out than what I would like to see. So yeah, we just I don't know, I want at least one round would be great at this point.
Yeah, you hope. But I mean, it's possible. They're starting all right, but then they're quickly getting collapsed on here, and the Cumberland squad is just not allowing them to have any breathing room. There's just no space at any point.
And it looked like they were once again going to go B, but Jay was there and managed to live through it as they very quickly change over to A, as everyone is watching where they need to. Neb getting taken out, Frizzy dropping down, seeing if he can find anyone, sees one.
Yeah, but he's giving away his position now. He's also got another there. They're going to get flanked on. Yep, I kind of had a feeling about that. The second he shot that first bullet, information's there. You already had a player rotating around right side. They're going to turn on you. Leonardo ain't going to allow that one to fly.
Nope, and unfortunately, Frizzy shooting those bullets is what got, I'm pretty sure it was Jay called out.
Yeah.
Because Jay ended up pushing with him. It's 5-0 right now. Only 6 to win, so map point. See what happens.
Well, they got to reverse sweep this. 6 rounds in a row. Condors need a drastic change of plan for that to happen. I hear another RC car. There it is. Breaking windows. You're grounded. Put that thing away.
There's 2 RC cars. Cal is the one that ultimately got the kill with his honor fell through. Frizzy gets 1 kill, gets taken out by Cal. Burton going through secret underneath. Only Burton remaining.
Burton, newest player of the roster, has got a lot of work to do here. Considering that he's on attack as well, needs to get bomb and go and plant it, but 1 kill is a great start for that. Uh-oh. Okay, makes it out there. Didn't dive through a door without thinking about it. He's trying to just clear around the perimeter and make sure there's no one hiding.
And then he just needs to snag bomb. I can't tell if it's over near, yeah, it looks like pool, yeah, or gym. Near weights. 20 seconds, checking all his corners. They're up in B thinking that's where he's gonna be. It's a 1v1.
No, this is smart though.
Burton.
Yeah, this is smart from this Cumberland player because what it does, oh, is he gonna get the kill? Not quite. It's that honestly really smart from the Cumberland player because what happens is you expect your opponents to have to check all the corners, right? They're going to check all the corners no matter what before picking up bomb. You don't need to be down there. You are wasting time simply with the situation that they still have to plant and get the bomb. So this Cumberland player knows that regardless of them being down there, Burton has to waste a lot of time and has to check corners. You don't even need to be there to be a threat. It's so great. He just sits on point. And as long as you make the right pick, you're good.
That is true. And I'm not sure why Burton decided to go B when he, for a large portion of it, established that A was clear. I know B is easier to defend as just a 1v1, 1v2 situation. But if a site is clear, you might as well just plant it there.
Here's my guess. So Cumberland player made the right call by not being downstairs and watching bomb. Because Burton is going to check corners anyways.
Yep.
Right? It'd be dumb just to run through, grab the bomb. It would have worked here, but it is dumb because someone could be there. So with that pressure alone, Cumberland player picks a spot to go. Burton's thought process was probably, I've cleared A, I'm taking my time. By this point, that Cumberland player might think that I'm now going to go plant A and rotate out. And he was probably hoping that Cumberland player, because Burton took so long to get to B, the Cumberland player might expect or might start to make the rotate, thinking that A was going to be the plant.
Maybe, unless because I think you get a notification when bomb is picked up.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but you still, after that point, wonder, okay, are they going to go down?
Maybe, but I would have rather taken the chance of planting bomb, and then you can easily hop off of a plant and just shoot your gun. If you get the plant down, then they have to come to you, and once again, you just play time in that moment. So it's a situation where obviously we can't see what any other version would have been the outcome, but I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering if he was just worried that while he's planting, that Cumberland player makes the rotate down.
Maybe.
And that's what he was scared for. I don't know. Either way, that's not what happened. So with Theorycraft all we want. Unfortunately, we lost map 2. This is match point now for our opponents, Cumberland. But we're going to give our players a quick second to breathe, think, let Coach Potsy give them a little bit of an inspiration. You see him there with the speech going on right now. So while he does that, get up, stretch your legs, get hyped for a potential reverse sweep for the Condors.
If a career in esports sounds wow to you, it's not. This is where your profession plus your passion could come together. Would still need what traditional business would need. The more distinct difference is in traditional sports, no one owns the ball. But in esports, someone does own the game. And this is part of what we're going to discuss in this program. You'd be able to learn how to run an esports event on the operations side to the management side of it. Marketing and promotions, how to deal with sponsorships, how to deal with partnerships, and also a big part of our industry is social media as well. What you're working on now is probably also needed. This industry needs all kinds of professionals. If you're looking for change, this program could be a converging point. Good luck and have fun.
Hello, and welcome back to the Condors podcast. Oh, no, that's not right now. Right now, we're watching Call of Duty. It's going to be intense because we're going for a reverse sweep on Cumberland. These are the bad guys.
They are the second, team today that we're looking at a reverse sweep.
Yes, and we did it earlier. Delete the file quick so people can't fact check it. We're going to do it again now. Cumberland, very hard. But nothing to lose now on this. I mean, this is the point where you're like, okay, well, let's do or die. Let's do our best, but let's have fun with it, guys. I think that's what's happening. You know, Neb taking charge right now on the mic. It looks like he's saying some fun stuff. It's just for J-Ray's sake, to make it worth coming in right now. Get a couple more maps out. Man's walked in here and plays 3 maps and out. No, that's not worth your time. Make it 5.
I hope so, but we are once again relying on Vault Control to win us our first map of the series.
Yeah, and it's not an easy one.
It's not, but we've seen Varsity do well on Vault Control.
Yeah, which means, again, would make sense if this was our pick coming into this one. That would line up with what we said earlier. So hopefully we can do well on this. We are on attack first.
Yep.
We're making our way in, likely to A site. That's generally the play to go for.
Yep, and we see both teams instantly pretty much rush on. Jay getting an unfortunate team kill, but that's okay. The other teammates, for the most part, tried to follow it up. As is Burton, and that was the final man alive.
We got a little flank here from Luis, though. It's going to be spelling trouble for us. Yeah. Unfortunately, losing our backside power there and forced back into spawn, and this could be trouble here if Drac can keep us locked out.
And Draken finds Neb, but the other boys know. Jay takes him out as they once again hop back on to try to get some capturing done. Burton tries to find this player. Unfortunately, cannot get the kill on Cal.
Yep. That's very true. It's hard. we're struggling to get in there right now. We need a big pop-off play. Let's see if J-Ray can be our guy, unfortunately. It'll be up to Frizzy if anything's going to happen. Watch theirs, though. Yeah, you're getting picked off. They're just not expecting some of these rotates in. Every single one of the Condors players not expecting how fast, I guess, the Cumberland squad is going to be making their way to their positions.
Yeah, it's Cal's on a killing spree, which is not great. We got 17 seconds. Someone either has to get on point.
They're playing it slow.
Or, I don't know, because we're kind of even on lives to an extent.
Oh, B might be obvious, but it might just work because it's so obvious. They lock it in for 7 seconds left. They're only going to be able to get 1 tick off of it, though. That's not going to be enough to buy them that extra minute that they're looking for. Burton trying to catch him in the air with a grenade. Does still get the kill, but an interesting play. It would have been great if he just knocked him out as he's falling out of art.
Yeah, it would have been interesting, but Frizzy is managing to hold down A as a contest comes in. There's an exchange. Jay-Ray and Burton.
Whoa!
A little bit of a dive shot. Jay said, that's not going to work with me. Draken takes out Neb.
Now, is the break called to start rotating over to B again? I don't know. Maybe not. You do see Cumberland is there to block that off. I guess the Condors have to just try to get themselves back on an A site. 1 second left, and they can't touch the point in time. Cumberland just barely squeaking them off of the point.
They got... This is going to be the closest of games we are probably going to see today.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Dragon is nuts. Look at him just pre-firing everything, too. He is nuts. What a final kill cam. Is that 4 total?
I think so. I think so. He is just laser beams with that aims. Wow.
Lameser beams.
Aimser beams.
That's wonderful. Condors losing 1. You have to get 3 on this game mode to win. They'll stick to the defending side now.
Grenades being thrown. A trophy is already down on A. A bunch of kills start coming out. Jay tries to find, and he gets the kill on Cal. As Jay pushes into their spawn, gets called out though, unfortunately, as Burton working his way onto point.
Yeah, Jay's got such a hard role. Again, we give him a lot of times that flank role, right? And we expect him to get kills, but when you're playing against a team like Cumberland, oftentimes he's walking into about 2 players at a time, making it very difficult for him to fulfill his role.
Yeah, it's very difficult to, get kills when you have multiple people on you. Maybe you can get 1 out of it, but it's very often you lose that life, and it's just a pointless attempt.
Got the trade, though, but they got to watch out behind them. Yeah, Frizzy does know another player's coming after him. Turns on him, and he takes J-Ray's position. But now, a player behind him. But he does duck down in time to be able to hide from that, but he doesn't expect another one there. Cumberland is just doing so well at adjusting to the habits and behaviors of the Condors. It's actually really heads-up play.
And Cal is in our spawn. He's most likely sitting near that palm tree that everyone... And there he is, Neb, trying to get the kill on him. Cal is really winning these fights, unfortunately. But we need to get him out. And thankfully, Burton does.
2 seconds on the clock. 2 ticks there for A. Condors trying to keep this even. I think they got a tick on B before, too. If they not... They can stop Cumberland from getting this tick here. They're actually in the upper hand when it comes to the sides later, but ultimately that tick won't matter if they can't stop them from capping A.
Yep. And they might, obviously, as we see, change focus, but they're really going to push Ray because they are so low on time. And the Condors more than likely know this, so they're going to hold off this angle over to B, get in their spawn, get annoying, and just win on time.
No, this is delicious right now. Honestly, I love to see that adjustment. I was pretty much the Condors calling out Cumberland, calling out the Condors. It was a very good adjustment. There's a lot of high-level thinking going on right now when it comes to the habits of either team. They're seeing the patterns of the Condors and adjusting to them. And then the Condors said, well, we're going to get one step ahead of that, and locked in that round. That was very good change up there from the Condors.
Yeah, it was looking a little hairy there for a moment where they had one tick on B, 2 on A, and they were getting really close to capping that third on A, but the Condors really started focusing on these Cumberland players and held them off, and they just got to win 2 in a row now.
Yeah, they focus on the rotates that were catching them off guard before, and just calling them on their answers. That's exactly what it was. But over to attack. We look to do a little bit better than both teams have so far. No one's been able to actually capture an entire point.
Yeah, and the Condors are playing this very aggressively, unlike we've seen in the first round.
Oh my God.
It's working.
It is working, and we're going to be able to get A. 2-15 for B.
Very quickly, which leaves them the time to try to, get the Cumberland players down on lives, as Cumberland is really going to focus on B now. We have to look at getting in top useless, maybe even getting into top art. We'll see what the Condors ultimately end up doing.
Oh, big gunfight went out there for Cumberland. Buys them a lot of space here. It's just Burton trying to take on 2 while one's up in the balcony. That's not going to be an easy fight for them.
It will not, and thankfully Neb calling out Honor down here in Vault, as Jay gets in top P4 to try to call out top art, but...
Oh, just hold down the trigger, pull out the pistol, you got the sidearm. What is going on? The back and forth. Oh, wiggly stares, but it buys a bit of time for the Condors to try to get some time on that B side.
Yeah, it gave, a little bit of breathing space for Neb to just sit on there, lay on there, as the Cumberland players' attention were focused elsewhere. And now they have to, once again, start pushing back on. Neb finds one.
Great. Very smart from Neb to back off that too, knowing that a player is going to push on before that tick gets hit. Very, very smart. It's so easy to just really get ahead of yourself and say, we almost have the tick, let's get it.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of, sometimes ego chows are not what is best. Sometimes you have to accept that you got to just back off.
Yeah, no, very smart play from Neb. He's been heads up all around these last 3 games here, but the Condors are being slowly forced off at this point. Get a decent spot there from Frizzy that might be able to get a push around that backside and then get a pincer on here, but he gets called out in his positioning. Condors on site, in trouble. Still got a minute though, so they can play this slow.
However, both teams have to be watching their lives right now. It is 11-7 in Condors' favors, 10-6 now. As everyone's just got to find everyone.
2 ticks. Oh my God, they got 2 on there now. They just got to hold this in. And if we do have a force from Cumberland, they're going to lose all their lives. Condors are controlling it, but it is being contested. There's the push on Neb. Locking it in 2-piece, and he's going to secure this one, clutch it out. Neb, pop the heck off right now, please, because, dude, holy smokes, you're in flow state.
Talk about a clutch.
Yeah.
A 2-piece, clears it, hops back on, doesn't get touched barely at all, and just, yep, this is mine now. He also took A for the team. Thank you, Nab.
No, beautiful. Beautiful play there at the end there, and they knew that they could play lives too, because if they just force 2 of them on there and they die, doesn't matter, they're still ahead. What happens is Cumberland has to get on point to stop it. You force them to start throwing cannon fodder at you. They might just eventually lose by lives. Very smart situational play there from the Condors.
So nice, so clean. We'll see if they can end up getting a win on defense here as well. This is Frizzy with the first blood. And they're already once again playing very aggressively. They've seen it work out last round. Gonna see if it works out again. They're gonna go for spawn traps. They're gonna get annoying really quickly for these Cumberland players.
Oh, good teamwork, though. You saw that on the other side. Frizzy and Burton working together to keep those players off. They're holding on good for now. One tick on for Cumberland. But they don't really have a game plan to push in yet. Burton locking it down.
Very nice trigger discipline. He's seen the head, decided to wait till he got a full body. And once again, following up that kill for J-Ray as he pulls out the SMG, but gets taken out.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got outplayed on that one. But not before getting a good start. Frizzy with a little poke on the bear there and takes him out too. He's going hunting. Now he's going to make that flank round backside.
But Neb might get called out as Frizzy was already down in vaults. That is exactly what happens. Burton as well. Cumberland is really trying to watch all their angles as the Condors are just working their way through them. But all 4 of them taken out is reset for Cumberland.
Yeah, it is. The unfortunate, I guess, over-posturing there from the Condors does give that space to get a team wipe, which gives Cumberland that A point. Now, they got a minute 42, very similar to what the Condors did before, for them to cap B. Now, they just got to hold on, though. They're up lives, but not by many.
No, it's like we mentioned, this is going to be the map of closeness. J-Spot's the player out on stairs, doesn't chow it, which is good. Saves his life.
But they swapped out, and Luis comes in. Plays with his teammate and lights him up. Burton with 1. That's good. He probably won't last there too much longer, though. If Cumberland moves in, that's exactly what I thought. Gets taken out.
Neb finds the player on point. Very nice. Laid down. Gets called out in vault by Honor.
Yeah, but Burton's going to know where they are now. He's got to get on there, though, because they're going to get a lot of time on this if they're stacking the entire team over there.
Yeah, he's going to come from behind and start just calling them out. Confusing them.
Uh-oh. He's got 2 behind him. He's just trying to do damage on sight there. The Condors had to get on. Fortunately, that evens us up back live-wise.
Does Cumberland either wins on lives or wins by getting that remaining tick? So the Condors are going to have to be really, really careful, but so far doing pretty good for themselves.
Yeah, aggressive positioning right now from the Condors because they want to try to catch one of these players off, and that's going to happen right now. J-Ray gets the pick. That's down to 2 lives left. They're not going to have any respawns.
But it's Cal. We got to watch out for Cal as he's coming from an angle we're not expecting.
It's going to be tough overall. Condors 2v2. Very tense situation. 24 seconds. You know when they're touching the point because that timer stops. You just got to keep an eye on that. And Burton's got a great position for this, but you know they're going to try to want to get that cross there. Oh, he's in a tough spot.
It's 1v2.
He's got to get on the point. And Cumberland, great final play from them.
It's very nice. Just he had nowhere really to go. He could have slid in maybe from the other side of Van, but Cal was just...
What a great
he was shooting. Cal was shooting.
He was shooting. That was a good pick. And for the Condors, it all comes down to this.
It does.
They now have 1 point left, holding their lives in.
Do or die. Not literally, but, you know, in-game.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Oh, no. We need these guys.
But you get 30 respawns.
Yes. More lives than a cat.
There's a lot of multiple cats.
Oh.
Honor. A little trigger happy on that one.
It's your own team, buddy.
I mean, go for it if you want,
Yeah.
but, you know.
It's helpful for us.
We'll take it. Well, Burton's lighting it up right now. A little bit of a kill steal maybe there. I'd kill secure. But, yeah, he's on 3 now, which is good.
Very nice. J-Ray and Burton are holding down A together as Jay gets called out. Unfortunately, gets the kill in mid-doors. Burton wrapping around. Ooh. Frizzy's the one that ultimately takes the kill on Honor. We don't know what happened to Burton. He's still alive, I think. He's dead.
Yeah, no, he's dead. But so are a couple of the Cumberland players, which is good. Burton on 5 now.
They are, but it's the Condors that are being very annoying in the Cumberland spawn. As Burton and Dragon have a little bit of a battle over there at Hot Tub.
Yeah, unfortunately, Burton loses it out now. 2 ticks are going to be hitting on A site as Cumberland is on the attack. Neb comes in to help support his teammates there. Burton again with 2 more. He is lighting it up right now. Burton feeling great.
Playing very well. One of the Condors has to get on A and start clearing it because all Cumberland has to do is just step on it for maybe 2 seconds and they're done. They get another minute on the board, but Burton is popping off.
Yeah, oh my God. We got to take an eye on Burton right now because he's going to die now that we've done this. But yeah, no, we got to keep an eye on him because he is feeling it right now in this round. He might get another round here, but Frizzy is going to make sure that he doesn't even have to get involved in that one. And they just got to lock in the a few more seconds, and they're good.
Yeah, I mean, Cumberland has nowhere to go, nothing to do.
That's it.
And that's how you win a map.
Condors are going to lock in vault control to keep themselves alive and begin the reverse sweep against Cumberland.
Only 2 more maps to go now, boys. Another hard point and a SND. We'll see. So I think it's vault hard point.
For the next one?
Yeah, map 4.
Yeah, Skyline's going to vault and then red card?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see how the boys handle vault hard point.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they like hard points and they like vault, so maybe mixing the 2 together is going to be good, especially coming off a win on vault. No, that's good. That feels good. Even just taking one off Cumberland. I mean, this is a squad that you expect to be at the top of the groupings by the end of this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all if Cumberland ended up top 3, but Condors might snatch that away from them if Cumberland isn't careful.
Yeah, I mean, see, it's tough because there's 4 squads up there, but just being able to make sure that these teams recognize that the Condors are nipping at their heels this entire time. That bottom part of or the mid part of the group is not safe. Your top 4 teams really have to worry that they could drop maps and potentially series against a squad like Condors if they're not paying attention. So I think that's what's happening. I would imagine these other squads are recognizing the Condors as a threat that's looming there.
I wouldn't be super shocked if they didn't at least acknowledge that the players on the Condors are very skilled at what they do. It comes down to whether they can use those skills all together as a team instead of individually.
Right. Well, they're working well together right now. Burton working well individually. They're popping off, but we're not done. If we had lost that one final control round there, then yeah, we would be. But the Condors won it. They begin the reverse sweep. They need a quick breather. We're going to give one to you and us as well. So quick ad break. We'll be back on the other side.
Good luck today.
Thanks, man.
How I'm loving life these days. I see it falling into place. It's coming together. I don't even need to chase it. You see it written on my face. It's the right time, right place. How I'm loving life these days. It's the right time, right place. How I'm loving life these days.
Esports is for everybody. That's what makes this so special, where there's not a lot of barrier to entry. It's, do you have a passion for gaming? That's all it really takes. There's so many different things involved in this. It really does take that full team to make a successful event run. And that's what this program does. You got the lighting going on, you got the video capture going on, you got the whole production crew that are packaging this all together, you have the shoutcasting that's happening. We want to be, that pinnacle for esports. We want students to come here, learn from industry best, and launch their careers in esports. You have that new arena that's being built. To have that investment through the college it proves a lot. We're invested in this. This can lead to something really big and something really neat and something that you're really invested in. It's a billion-dollar industry, and we really can't wait to see where this goes.
Call of Duty's fast. We don't like to take our time with it, like to get in the action. That's exactly what's happening. We're actually, lobby started. Get the game on. Get the game on. Let's go. Let's watch some Call of Duty. We are heading into another round of Vault.
Hardpoint this time.
Yeah.
We already seen it with Academy. We'll see how Varsity tackles the challenge that is Vault Hardpoint P1, P4. Okay.
Tackle it face first into grenades.
Apparently, and it wasn't the grenades that killed them.
No.
It was gunfire.
Yeah, they're strong enough to tough a grenade to the face, but a bullet to the leg.
It's that blackjack.
I want pancakes now. Oh, why? Anyways, Condors, yeah, rough start, but I mean, you have infinite spawns here, and a lot of time to capture future points, even if you fall behind on the first one. You don't want to fall too far behind, but yeah, you got that chance to come back here. But unfortunately, they're trickling a little bit right now, and they're not able to work together on capturing this mid A point. A point.
Yep. And Cumberland was very aggressive in the beginning. They wanted that spawn that the Condors came in on. And they're just, we've seen it in map 1. Cumberland is a very strong hardpoint team. Yeah. So it's going to be up to the Condors to challenge that.
And they're so good, as you said just a moment ago. They played that point so aggressively to give themselves the positioning of spawn, thinking already 45 seconds ahead of P2's presence that's where they want to be.
Yep, and somehow, thankfully, the Condors managed to get over to P2 and capture it. So they're going to slowly start closing the gap that Cumberland has over them. But they got to be very careful not to push too far to get that spawn flip.
Oh, yeah.
Which technically you do want.
Here you do, because P3, yeah.
Yeah, P3, P4. We are still spawning P2, but we need to kind of give it up and start the rotate.
The problem is they know you're going to rotate street right now because it's the fastest way there. And if you want to engage on this, they know you're there. And they only managed to take one before we get ourselves up there, though.
Yeah, and I mean, Cumberland already over in top art, which is going to cause a bit of an issue for the Condors to get on to this point, but they're playing it very well. Frizzy obviously dying within that, but J-Ray following up with a two-piece of his own.
Yeah, still not full control of that sight line, but we do have toes on the point, which, you know, at least stops the bleeding that Cumberland has inflicted upon us. We're sitting at 69 for a while, but they've now started to grab a couple more. Burton really wants that kill.
Burton unloaded a full magazine into that man and just had to go for it.
Tries to pull around the corner on that one. Trigger discipline not to give away his position, but he gets called out on the intuition. Condor is falling apart on P3.
They are, but it's already, everyone's got to start going P4. It's kind of got a little tunnel vision on P3.
Yeah.
But the Condors kind of split themselves 2 and 2 as Neb gets called out in short. Frizzy follows it up. He wanted that revenge.
I like it, though. Good little laser, Frizzy. We saw Burton get takedown from that angle earlier. I'd love to see it the other way around. Condors, because they took that split, too, put themselves in a great spot, and Frizzy leading the way for his team towards P4.
And they break on, and the Cumberland, they can't hold it down as J-Ray gets called out at the back, but somehow, someway, Cumberland has reclaimed it.
Yeah. Not what you wanted to see here, as the Condors fall 50 points behind.
They are. I mean, they're about that in map
They are
1.
now,
So.
yeah, that's true. Rocking a 250 to 184, I believe. So.
Yeah.
But on track again, which is not what we want to see. But we are locking in for P1. We're going to be on it for a moment. Just got to make sure we play it safe, though, here. We don't want to give it up too quickly just to capture 10 points.
Yeah, and Burton kind of aiming where that player was, but he just was refusing to move. The Condors are still holding down P1 as Frizzy gets killed on point.
Every time you talk, Frizzy dies.
I know. I'm so sorry, Frizzy. I'm so sorry, buddy.
It's just not fair. Hey, nice. Shut down those encroaching Cumberland players.
So we have J-Ray and Cat trying to hold off any angle while checking his pinch because, I mean, Cat, you can be hit by 3-4 sides as Neb tries to clear points.
Oh, little dance going on right now. Watch out for Cat, though. Neb knew it was going to happen. Again, his play has been heads up this entire series against Cumberland. Unfortunately, again, just all around, Cumberland has been really good with getting those surprise little lasers.
They are, and Frizzy's over here trying to hold spawns as he's probably made the call out, hey, they are on their way. We need to get over here. Jay finds one as he hopes to find possibly a second one, which he does.
Beautiful. Yeah, that was great call-outs. You said it, too. They probably were doing that. Frizzy saying, get on over here. Jay making his way up the side just to lock it in. They got spawn as well. That's almost the entirety of a point that they're going to be able to lock in here if they can win the next couple gunfights.
And locking in this whole of P2 will be pretty much a game changer, as it looks like Burton gets called out, gets killed, Neb as well. Cumberland is playing this aggressively.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of have to get themselves in there, unfortunately. We don't get those gunfights I was asking for us to win. We do get flipped, but I guess we'll take it. 10 seconds left. Give them the garbage points. We'll move on. Fortunately, there's a flanker. Honor being a problem.
They are, but Frizzy holds it down. He's top art, watching over P3 as he hopes his teammates start working their way over there. It looks like Burton was trying to hold top useless as Cumberland comes through for those spawns and just leaves P3. They don't need the points necessarily. They're that well ahead of the Condors.
Yeah. No, they play safe. Just make sure they didn't laser anybody coming down through a street. That's exactly what we do. We get the trades here. Condors coming on top, but that spawn still over on R4 Cumberland, which means it's going to give them a great overview of that point. It's make it very difficult for the Condors to lock in.
It is. I mean, you have to lay very carefully. Pillars are one of those spots where you can also hide, but it's that top art is such a thorn in the side. You have to take them out before you can even get anywhere.
I feel like we're going to need some of these unorthodox plays. I mean, even just earlier, I forget what it was, but you saw on point a kill and then a rotate out thinking they're going to come after you, but then they just cut off your rotate out there. They're reading you. Maybe start to go for sticking into situations where you probably shouldn't after getting a kill. They might rotate around another way. It's what we did earlier when we called them out on them calling us out.
Yeah. And right now, Draken, it's very easy to figure out where you're spawning when it comes to P4. It's just a matter of you have to call them out before they call you out, and that's just what the Condors aren't able to do right now.
Trying to get a sneaky little move into their spawn. Condors get shut out, 200 points, and we have not broken the 100 yet.
We have not. We are down almost 100 points now. Not great as Jay tries to make a bit of a distraction as he waits for his team to come in. But he pushes on anyways instead of waiting. But they have to focus on P1. They have to give up P4, focus on P1, P2.
I don't mind it because it does spawn them closer to this next point. Yeah, as you said, that does give them the right spawn. And 2 good picks there from J-Ray and Neb is going to put them in a great spot to try to get themselves over the 100-point mark here. And they got a long journey ahead of them, but that's a good start. Uh-oh.
Well, we'll see if Cal gets anyone with this. It doesn't look like it. Oh, he gets Burton. Sorry, buddy, you just spawned in, but
yeah, it did.
Gotta wait a couple more seconds now. Neb getting taken out on point as it's Honor and Cal working together.
Yeah, this isn't looking good right now for the Condors. Rough spot. They got to pull a miracle out of their bums right now because, yeah, they got a long way to go. 231 for Cumberland. They'll get the garbage time here, but, you know, are they going to be able to get the next spawn for Cumberland? Make this difficult.
It's Jay that they send out by his lonesome 2v2. What they need to start doing, in all honesty, is just leaving one person to collect those garbage points if they want to do that, and all 3 move on to the next one. Get those rotates in. Neb does manage to still hold on to spawns as Cumberland now is realizing they gotta make some moves, but we'll see.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Losing too many players moving into this spot here. 5 points left for Cumberland. We've got it contested. The thing is, if we just try to hard commit to this 30 points, it doesn't matter. They can just lock down P3 and win this in a few seconds.
We have to be so strategic. We have to be on our toes, get those kills, really get the rotates going. It's going to be an uphill battle right now.
They're starting to keep that pinch in there, though. Unfortunately, we're losing too many players on that rotate out. It's J-Ray. Going to be the only one trying to make their way over there. Neb might be able to find their way, too. They had to get it at least below 6. Otherwise, Cumberland is going to win this, and they have just enough time on the clock. It's so hard because you have to rotate away early, but you also can't rotate away before 6 seconds left. That was such a difficult situation to be put in there. And Cumberland does prevent the Condors from securing a reverse sweep, and will lock in the series win 3-1.
Very well played to Cumberland and the Condors.
Yep.
Both teams played phenomenal tonight. Really, really battling it out in every single map. Maybe not S&D, but every other map.
That's fair enough. Yeah, they overall look pretty good. A little overwhelming on this last one too, but they definitely kept it 1-1 for a good series. That again, I would like to see over 200 to say, hey, we can win that first hard point. But a 184 is not the worst thing in the world against one of the hardest teams in your division. A series that you're probably at the back of your mind not expecting to win, but you also really want to prove to these guys that you can take them. So getting a map win, in my opinion, still a very good thing they should look into as a positive result.
It is, and I mean, against Oklahoma last week, we almost had, once again, that vault control win. So we seen that, that could have actually been an outcome that we could have gotten. We got it this time around. We know going forward, control is probably going to be our best game mode. Especially on vault.
It's going to get banned.
Yeah, they're going to start vetoing that real quick when the Condors come in, but it really does, we have to start focusing on hardpoint with hardpoint focused teams and the S&D.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've seen some alright S&D before, but yeah, today obviously there were some problems. Yeah, you're right actually, even with Protocol. I think it was a problem for us against Oklahoma, even though it's one of our maps that we really enjoy. So yeah, maybe you're right. That S&D it needs to be a focus. Hardpoint, we're close enough that I would say if you're putting efforts in anything, S&D.
Yeah, and I mean we see even in Pro League where S&D, for even the strong teams, S&D is where issues are being had with Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
S&D is no longer a fun game mode, so you're kind of just throwing your body at it, trying to get it done and
Just
over
get
with.
out of the way, yeah. It's a good thing it's map 5, right? So you don't have to play it until the very, very end. But you kind of wish there were more control maps now at this point, for the Condors' sake at least.
Yeah, because right now, there's only 2 options. Really? Vault, Hossie. I think there's one at red. No?
No, I haven't seen it on red
No,
card.
I think there's only 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen it on red card.
We need more maps.
Yeah.
We almost had more maps, and then they decided against them.
I'm just saying give us another
Control in the
rotation. Yeah.
So like instead of map 5 being S&D, make it control.
I would rather one S&D. I'm not gonna lie.
I think a lot of people.
Yeah, it's just such a different pace. Like it really breaks the pace of Call of Duty, right? It goes that Counter-Strike route without having the nuances of like economy and all that. So it does feel out of place. And you're right. Yeah, like a lot of people agree with that too.
And it's just, I understand they want to kind of make it a bit of a challenge for players. You don't want to, continue to have the same mindset to a degree, but it really does cause issues for everyone.
Have it in there. Make it map 3. Well, I guess
make it map 1.
It might also, make it map 1. Get it out of the way. It might feel like bad to like lose a best of 3 on, but then you could lose the best of 5 on S&D, right?
Yeah.
So either way, if they're gonna have it in there, just put it somewhere that map 2. Make it map 2. Just keep it map 2, but then we rotate at the end. Another control one. Yeah. Control map 3 and control map 5.
Or control map 3, control map 4.
In a row. Okay. That'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, that'd be wild. Anyways, we didn't get the win here today, but we put up a decent fight, in my opinion. Maybe we'll see how they feel it, but another time they need to sit down and process this here. We'll chat to them off camera and see what's going on here. But if you'd like to join us again in the future for some more action, guess what's tomorrow?
I want to say it's going to be Rocket League Varsity.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. It's just, I have the feeling that it's going to be Rocket League Varsity.
Wait a minute. It's on the screen. You cheated. Oh, my God. Join us for some Rocket League Varsity tomorrow. And I got to tell you know what? I got to get Cosmo to throw a drop shadow on that text because that was hard to read for my eyes. Whose production was it? Was this our stream producer's choice of color on that one? Give us a drop shadow. Give us a drop shadow. My old eyes can't handle that anymore. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us today. It's been a blast. This was really fun.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. And I hope you did too. And if you want to have more fun in the future, the only place to have it is right here. So make sure to hit the follow button on whatever platform you're watching on, or the subscribe button if that's what it is on that platform, or the subscribe button on Twitch to get some new emotes and support the stream. Yeah, okay, go follow us on our other socials. Thanks for joining us. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow.
Condors Esports is innovating intercollegiate gaming in Ontario and beyond. We've built a community where you can compete, play, and work in a dynamic program accessible from all campuses.
Condors Esports is more than just gaming. Here, you'll find empowerment and inspiration in state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest technologies and unwavering support.
We are varsity athletes, turning victories into championships as high-performing gamers.
We are relentless, constantly pushing our limits and pursuing excellence through every match.
We are Condors. Gaming connects us on campus or online, all through best-in-class equipment.
We're building a foundation of experience, powered by our passion, in developing skills that drive personal and professional success.
We are eager students, transforming our dreams into careers in dynamic and emerging industries.
Condors Esports goes beyond gaming, fostering enduring friendships, unforgettable experiences, and meaningful connections.
This is your chance to transform your passion for video games, esports, and technology into something impactful. Learn how Conestoga is introducing Condors Esports to your campus and connect with fellow Condors striving to soar.
We are Condors.
Bye.